And good evening, everyone, from the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Arlie Johnson with you for yet another season of Jacksonville Icemen hockey. Opening night as the Icemen host the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. You just heard the roster for the Jacksonville Icemen. We've got hockey just a few minutes away. We'll head down ice level with Joe Massa right now. Wonderful job on your anthem. Sellout crowd on hand here in downtown Jacksonville. And we are just about ready for hockey. Once again, Arlie Johnson with you. Alex Reed will be joining me. We'll be broadcast partners for home games this year. Reeder, of course, will be doing all the play-by-play for the road contest. We'll be able to travel on the road so you can follow the Icemen all season long. Lots of changes for the Jacksonville Icemen this year from a personnel standpoint. Only 7 returning players from last year, and only 5 of those played even a dozen games or more for Jacksonville last season. So it's really going to be a different look for the Icemen, coming off a season when they finished tied for 3rd in the South Division. We're going to have a ceremonial puck drop and ownership change as well. I see Andy Kaufman, the new majority owner for the Jacksonville Icemen. That transaction completed during the offseason. Keeping the ownership right here in Jacksonville. So good to have local ownership, as Jacksonville's new captain, Emerson Clark, will take this ceremonial drop of the puck, along with Michael Pellick for the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Only 7 returning players from last year, but if you want to include Emerson Clark, that would be an 8th. He, of course, was with Jacksonville in season 1 2 years ago. After not being here last year, wanted to come back, play in front of this crowd, play with his brother. Everett Clark still here and is one of the returning players as well. Emerson Clark, your new captain, with Garrett Hunt moving on to the KHL, playing in China. We'll get you familiarized with all the Icemen players throughout the course of the season, and maybe even a little bit of a thumbnail sketch on all of these guys during one of the intermissions later on this evening. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Icemen. In goal, making his first career start, it's going to be Griffin Outhouse. Outhouse, an excellent junior hockey league career for the Icemen, playing for the Victoria Royals in the WHL. Last year, 27-16-1. Excellent save percentage, 91.3%. Goals against average, also great at 2.81. And he's had some great numbers. He was a 3-year starter in the WHL. Very good numbers for Griffin Outhouse. On defense, Jacob Cederholm, one of the familiar faces, will be on the right side. He was just sent down to the Icemen yesterday from the Manitoba Moose of the American Hockey League. Joining him is Mitch Jones, playing for the Cincinnati Cyclones last season. And up front, you will have John Albert at center, a former captain in the American Hockey League with the Manitoba Moose. On his left, it will be Ian McKinnon. On his right, Bobby Lynch. Puck is down, we are underway, and we are looking for a potential fight already. Helmet is down, we've got a whistle, and it looks like it's gonna be just, or will we have the fight or not? McKinnon already put his gloves down, and we will have a fight. It's going to be Ian McKinnon against Travis Howe. Could see this coming from a mile away. McKinnon throwing a couple of rights, hits Howe to the side of the head. Howe comes back with another. McKinnon comes back, going toe-to-toe right now are McKinnon and Howe. Right at the Greenville blue line. McKinnon still powering away with the right. Howe comes back with a right. McKinnon looking for more. Howe takes him into the glass, and the linesman will finally come in and separate. Just 8 seconds into this game, you could see that fight coming from a mile away. McKinnon with his hands up in the air. And this crowd already electrified right now from those opening moments. As soon as I saw the starting lineup, you knew McKinnon v. Howe. Ian McKinnon serving as the 10th forward tonight for Jacksonville, but with head coach Jason Christie as the home team coach, having the opportunity to set his starting lineup after Greenville. He saw Travis Howe in the lineup. He countered with Ian McKinnon, and those two scrap in the opening moments. And I do wonder if there's going to be an extra penalty on the Icemen as well, because McKinnon took his helmet off early. So we may have a power play very early on. Maybe not. Possibly an extra 10-minute misconduct. We'll get for the official penalty calls in just a moment. We are skating 5-on-5, so already quite the start to this contest. Let's resume actual hockey now as Greenville clears in and a penalty coming. This will be on Jacksonville. High sticking is the call, just 16 seconds in. And headed to the box for the Icemen is going to be Chase Watala, who would have started ordinarily with Albert and Lynch, but because Coach Jason Christie wanted McKinnon out there to start, Watala comes on late. Now he draws the penalty, and it's going to be a power play for the Swamp Rabbits in the opening seconds. Penalty killing for the Icemen. Everett Clark is out there with his brother Emerson. They're not line mates, but apparently they're penalty killers together. Greenville wins the draw. It's Larkin at the right side. Looking into the right circle, shot towards goal, goes wide to the far post, carrying all the way out to the red line where the Swamp Rabbits take over. Long lead pass on the tape of Roman Amarato. Amarato floats it in behind the Jacksonville net. Cedarholm gets a piece of it, but not enough to clear. It reverses to the near side for Pecoraro for the Swamp Rabbits. Tosses it down low. John O'May and Everett Clark will joust for it. Clark wins it for Cedarholm. He'll wrist it around the glass and out. And a line change for the Icemen. Jacksonville's penalty killing last season tops in the league, 87.5%. They were #1 in the league pretty much all season long. And in the neutral zone, a steal from Jacksonville. It is Phelan with the interception for Jacksonville, and they'll clear it back behind the Greenville net. Larkin nearly gave it up. The Icemen almost countered shorthanded. Instead, the Swamp Rabbits counter. It's Baptista over the blue line. Cross ice, deflects off a skate. Belongs to the Icemen. And backhanding out of the zone is Garrett Ross. Man goes down for Greenville. Ross goes after on the forecheck, completes his body check. 45 seconds to go on the power play for the Swamp Rabbits. Into the zone is Patrick Bykoff. Pass is picked off by Jacksonville and cleared the length of the ice once more. Dechaine Mingo doing the honors this time as Callum Booth, Greenville's goaltender, will leave it behind the net for Thomas Ebbing. 26 seconds to go on the man advantage for Greenville. Gaining center ice and wristing in is Dylan McPherson. Around the boards, chopped off the glass, not out just yet. Jacksonville fights for it, shot towards goal, saved by Outhouse from a sharp angle. Rebound comes to the Greenville once more. It's Ebbing behind the net. Stolen by Ross, can't clear yet. McPherson holds in. Tapped away now by Ross. A veteran American Hockey League player is Garrett Ross, and a man goes down for Jacksonville. Penalty coming. It's on the Swamp Rabbits. Delayed call as well. Jacksonville with a chance. Forehand towards goal. Deflected. Save made. Rebound, and there's your whistle. And it will be interference against Greenville. And the power play now belongs to Jacksonville. Heading to the box is Brian Diffley for the Swamp Rabbits. 17:35 to go in a very eventful opening few moments between the Icemen and Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Just told you about Jacksonville being tops in the league in the penalty kill last year. Now that we move to the power play, not so much the same story. They were last in the league on the power play last year. But looking for a better start tonight in the opening power play of the season. Jacksonville controls the draw. Top of the left circle. It is Shane Walsh to the blue line for Mingo. Left side, Albert as a fourth forward tries to whip it cross ice, but it's picked off by Lacroix. Lacroix falls down and it thwarted a 2-on-1 possible for Greenville, shorthanded. Instead, they'll just clear it the length of the ice, and the Icemen take over behind their own cage. It's Mingo drifting away from one man, that's Peloquin. Stick handling to the left as he drops it back for Clark, then for Walsh over the blue line. Would have been offside, so Jacksonville has to regroup at center. Emerson Clark slams it around the wall. Clark, Booth got a piece of it behind the net, but not enough to keep it there. It's tied up along the far corner, picked away by Jacksonville. Tried to pass it back to the point, but there was nobody home. And Mingo will take over for the Icemen with 1:07 on the clock on this power play. Second unit comes on for Jacksonville. It's James Phelan on the ice, along with Everett Clark over the blue line. Lynch to the left circle, save is made, rebound in the slot. Alexi Dahu, wrist shot, save is made, rebound, third attempt, goes behind the net. The Icemen still have it. Phelan to the left circle for Lynch. To the blue line we go for the Icemen. It's Dahu, top of the right circle, shot pass, deflected, just wide, setting up Phelan on the opportunity. Jacksonville holds the zone with 34 seconds to go on the power play. Wing-to-wing pass, Dahu couldn't handle the bouncing puck, and the Swamp Rabbits will clear out. Couple of great opportunities there as the Icemen take over. It's Watala dropping it back. Skating into the zone is Phelan. Tipped away, but Jacksonville gets it right back. Left circle, Albert, wrist shot, just getting a piece of it was Kalin Booth. It comes to the near side. Bode for the Icemen, loses it. Partial breakaway for Greenville with Lacroix. Jacksonville closes, slap shot, kicked aside by Outhouse as teams return to full strength. And the Icemen will stick handle towards their blue line and ultimately out of the zone. We are at 5-on-5 play. We've barely had any 5-on-5 play in this game just yet. It's Ripley at his own blue line. Nearly lost it to Chase Watala. Watala on the check. Knocks it free at the blue line, out of the zone. Wristed in by Bode for the Icemen. 0-0. Not quite 5 minutes gone by in this contest as Greenville forehands into the zone. Pecoraro with a cross ice pass. Shot on net and a right pad save by Outhouse from just 20 feet away. Jacksonville with a rebound. They'll wrist it around the wall and out. Could be icing. They'll wave it off, however. We'll play on with Dylan McPherson. To the left for Liam Pecoraro. Tipped away at the blue line by Walsh. Shane Walsh nearly got the steal and break in for Jacksonville. Tied up right at the red line between the two team benches with 14:34 to go. It's pried loose by the Icemen. Mingo wristing it high into the air, over the glass, and out of play. So we'll catch our breath here with 14:29 to go in period number 1. Jacksonville 0, Greenville 0. And on this whistle, well, I don't think those two combatants will come out just yet. Was it 5 and 10 for both players? It was 5 and 2 each. The 2 minutes for taking the helmet off as we resume play. Jacksonville skates into the zone. Alexi Dahu with a wrist shot. Save made by Booth. Juicy rebound, but there was nobody there for the Icemen. Dug free by Greenville. Baptista chips in. Chasing after it is Ebbing behind the Icemen net. Ebbing on his backhand to the blue line for Dechaine. Dechaine with a shot towards goal. Never reached the net. Mingo plays it ahead. 3-man rush for Jacksonville. Alexi Dahu at the blue line, stops at the top of the right circle, tries to drop it underneath, looking into the corner, keeping the play moving along for the Icemen is James Phelan. Stripped free by Greenville, chipped high into the air and out, icing waved off, a line change on the fly for both clubs. 13:40 to go in the first period, we're still scoreless. Mitch Jones circles back into his own end for Jacksonville, all the way behind his own net. Flips a backhander for Cederholm. Cederholm able to clear it away. Foot race for the puck. Can Watala get there? Not quite. Perkovic just gets it away from him. And the Swamp Rabbits will counter-attack. 2-on-2 through center ice. Lacroix trying to go wide on Cederholm. forced into the boards by Cederholm. Lacroix hit hard by Cederholm as he just moves it to an open wing. All the way to the far side. That's to the left of Griffin Outhouse. Greenville has it poke checked away, but not out yet. Wrist shot is blocked by Jacksonville. Mitch Jones doing the honors, and it comes back into the Greenville zone. Swamp Rabbits trying to catch Jacksonville in a line change on the fly. They'll toss it behind the Jacksonville net, and the Icemen will regroup with 12:48 to go in the first period. Fast-moving opening frame is a touch pass for the Icemen. It is Shane Walsh at center. Forehands in. Booth will stop it behind the net. Ross moves into forecheck. Pass to the right side. Walsh trying to keep it in. Can't do so. It's Greenville through center. The back check from Ross knocks the puck free for Hayden Shaw for the Icemen. Around the wall. It comes for the right side for Walsh. Walsh starting a three-man rush. Drop pass for Clark. Wrist shot and a blocker save. That was Emerson Clark with that shot. Rebound comes up high for Greenville. 1-on-1. And a glove save made by Outhouse. He'll poke it into the corner. John O'May gets the rebound. May gives it up to Phelan. Mingo on the backhand. Chips it up and out. It goes off a leg of a Iceman player who was on the bench. He had one leg over the dasher, and it went off of him. So we will take a break with 12:03 to go in period number 1. We're early in the season. It's 0-0.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 32nd season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, official signage provider; A&R Sports, official hockey accessory supplier; AthleticNet, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2020 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; the Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Geico, official auto insurance of the ECHL; Handbid, the official mobile auction app; Honig's, the official partner of the ECHL officiating team; Howie's Hockey Tape, official hockey tape and lace provider; in Glasgow, official puck provider; the Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; Ticket Galaxy, official ticket resale partner; and Warrior, official on-ice equipment provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.tv.
Back to play. Face off in the Icemen zone. Greenville controls behind the Icemen net. Trying to center. Unable to do so, at least for now, is Mason Baptista. Stripped away by Graham Craig for Jacksonville. Big, rangy defenseman at 6'5". The outlet pass for Everett Clark. Over the blue line for Phelan. Top of the circle, Alexi Dahu looks towards goal. Centering feed went right through the slot. Nobody home. Comes off the boards on the opposite wing for Greenville. Ebbing over the blue line of Jacksonville. Looks for the drop pass for Bykoff. Bykoff to the blue line, held in by Pellick. Wrister in a screen. Save made by Outhouse. Rebound will be iced by Jacksonville. And we'll have a draw back in the Icemen zone. 11:20 to go in the first period. Still scoreless. Each team has had one power play. So just getting started here on opening night. The crowd's filled out. Fans all the way to the top row here of the lower bowl. And a tremendous atmosphere always is here, regardless of the crowd. The Icemen averaged 6,000 fans a game last year. Always a sensational night out as the Icemen look for a steal and clear into the Greenville zone. Forechecking is Dahu. He's going to force Booth to play it with his glove to Pellick. And we've got a whistle. What's the call? Is it on Greenville? I think it's a penalty on the Swamp Rabbits for delay of game. Your referee tonight is Steven Saylor. If he's calling delay of game on Callum Booth, I'll take the power play, don't get me wrong, but I don't see how that could have been a delay of game. He had the puck under his glove for less than a second before shoveling it away to Michael Pellick. Saylor is talking with one of his linesmen right now. That's Trent Williams. Corey Sellers is your other linesman tonight, and we'll see if they're going to call this or not. still in discussion. And Saylor's going to head over to talk to head coach Jason Christie. I think he's going to renege on his penalty call. Still waiting to see. The conversation continues between Christie and Saylor. The Swamp Rabbits do only have 4 guys on the ice, at least set up for that. Now Saylor's going to go talk to Greenville's head coach. That's Kevin Kerr. And the Swamp Rabbits have 5 men back out on the ice right now. So I think he's just going to cancel out that penalty. I don't like how that went down, but I guess I can't argue with it. Ultimately, it comes down to get the call right. And I think that they did. Now, Saylor's going to go talk to the goaltender, Kalin Booth. He wants to talk to everybody. Steven, if you have an extra moment, I wouldn't mind you coming up to the top of the booth up here. We could get an explanation from you directly. But I feel like I know what's going on here. We're going to skate 5-on-5. Draw to Booth's left. If you know that name, Kalin Booth, he played for the Florida Everblades last year, and he's not the only one on this team that did. The Swamp Rabbits actually gained an affiliate, I should say. They were unaffiliated last year, but they are now affiliated with the Carolina Hurricanes, which means that they are getting some players that the Florida Everblades had last year when they were formerly affiliated. As the puck is loose, Greenville tries to shoot towards goal, but a save made by Outhouse. Rebound comes free for Greenville at the blue line. They will keep it in. Outhouse lost his goaltender stick briefly, but he has it back. It was a mad scramble right at the top of the crease as the Swamp Rabbits hold it in. A 2-on-1 in tight centering feed, deflected away, rebound, score. Greenville gets the goal from Roman Amarato. It was actually an excellent defensive play by Jacksonville. I think it was Mitch Jones who deflected a 2-on-1 pass, but in doing so, it went right back to Amarato. And Outhouse had no chance. The puck was behind him. It went right back the other way. It was Jones who made that defensive effort. And it is 1-0 Swamp Rabbits on a goal at 9:25 of the first period. Amarato from Perkovich and Lacroix. And a face-off immediately after that. 1-0 Swamp Rabbits. 9:25 the time of that goal. Nothing Griffin Outhouse could do about that one. As Jones made the play defensively, just a bad break that it deflected right back to the initial passer of the puck. And he had a wide open net from a sharp angle. Face off in the Greenville zone, but the Swamp Rabbits control and skate out to center. A couple of men go down at center ice. Puck is loose in the neutral zone. Trying to pick up the loose change there is John Albert. Albert, one of the alternate captains for Jacksonville, along with Graham Craig. Swamp Rabbits collect inside their own line. It's Chad Dechaine, wing-to-wing pass, nobody home. Picked off by Hayden Shaw. His wing-to-wing pass, good saucer look for Bobby Lynch for the Icemen. Rister goes wide to the short side, comes off the boards. Baptista cannot clear it out just yet. Shot towards goal is blocked, and it's played over the blue line and out to center. Dejan Mingo for Lynch, and a good touch pass to John Albert on the right side. Backhand feed looking for a trailer. Going behind the net, can't get the shot away for the Icemen. Booth held off the angle. Now a centering feed, and a save is made by Booth on the one-timer from Chase Watala, or Alexi Dahu rather, who found some space in the high slot. But the save made by Booth, no rebound, and we'll take a break with 9:37 to go in the first period. Greenville has first blood. It's 1-0. You're listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on Mixlr.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
And we are back. They didn't go to commercial break. We'll play on as Greenville takes it into the zone, centering feed. Shot goes wide on a possible 2-on-1 in tight. Another shot for Greenville. Here's John O'May with a wrister just wide to the far post. Diffley tries to throw it towards net. It gets caught in the equipment of Dejan Mingo briefly. Falls back down to the ice, and the Swamp Rabbits are now pressuring the Jacksonville end. John O'May with a turnaround pass. Goes right through the top of the crease. Slap shot and a screen. That goes wide. And caroms all the way back to the Greenville blue line. So some pressure there from the Swamp Rabbits, already leading 1-0. Michael Peloquin, who has 677 games played. He's in the top 10 in the league all time in games played. Icemen with control of the puck. Nice stick handling from Jacksonville. Over the blue line, a wrister deflects high into the air. That was off the stick of Mitch Jones, centering feed from Jacksonville. Nobody home. It's flipped out to center by Nathan Perkovich. Jones collects just to the left of his netminder for the Icemen. Plays it D to D for Jacob Cederholm. Cederholm for Jones once more. Flips it up the left side. Walsh can't handle it on his tape. Takes the body instead. Big collision at center ice. Puck comes free. It belongs to the Icemen. Backhand feed, intercepted, and played into the Icemen bench with 8:13 to go in period number 1. Sticks up high a little bit, but players are separated. And apparently we will not have a TV timeout here too, so we'll keep it right here. Face-off right at the center ice face-off dot. At center, it's John Albert against Mason Baptiste on the draw. Greenville collects. Adam Larkin. Pass is picked off. Here comes Jacksonville. It's Bobby Lynch with a wrister. Save is made by Booth. Rebound up high, but the Swamp Rabbits get it. Looks like Jacksonville's got some opportunities for some rebounds, not just early on, but potentially a lingering effect for Kalin Booth as the Icemen go wing to wing. Lynch got a piece of it, so no icing, and he's first on the puck. Centering pass deflects behind the net. Jacksonville tries to get it back in front, but it goes off a leg and belongs to the Swamp Rabbits. They'll chip it off the short glass and out. Baptiste with a backhander from center ice. Taking it behind the Jacksonville end. Hayden Shaw trying to knock the puck free. He's got a man on his tail. Shaw gets it back up the right wing for Bobby Lynch. Couldn't handle it. This will be called icing. Clock stops with 7:23 to go in the first. Jacksonville trails 1-0 on a goal from Roman Amarato for Greenville. The Swamp Rabbits looking pretty good early on. Shots on net, 7-6 for the Icemen. Each team has had one power play. Draw will be to Griffin Outhouse's right side. It's Michael Peloquin against John Albert. And Peloquin wins it. McPherson, cross ice, a one-timer blasted by Diffley. It goes wide, however, and the Icemen pick it up at center and clear out. Right back in. Pecoraro for Michael Peloquin at the left circle. Dropping it into the corner for Pecoraro. Centering feed all the way to the opposite side. Outhouse with a save with the right arm. Deflects up high all the way to the blue line for Diffley for Greenville. McPherson with a wrister and a screen. That is blocked by McKinnon. First time on the ice since the initial fight, seconds into the contest. Penalty now coming. Slashing is the call. This is against Jacksonville. And a power play coming for Greenville with 6:54 on the clock. Heading into the box is Hayden Shaw, one of Jacksonville's returning players. Came to the Icemen late last year from the University of North Dakota. Had a very good showing from the blue line. But he will head to the box for slashing here. Penalty killing for the Icemen. Everett Clark along with Alexi Dahu, and Dahu has the puck. Possible 2-on-1 with Clark. Drop pass for Clark. Stops at the right circle. Cross ice look. Wrister by Craig. Deflected just wide. Dahu got a piece of it. Excellent shorthanded bid. The Icemen get it back. They'll drop it back to their own end and kill some more time. Good work here by Jacksonville. Comes all the way to the right side for Mingo, who will drive it behind the Greenville net. Booth has to play it away from Garrett Ross as the Swamp Rabbits come through center ice. Drop pass for Diffley, nearly stolen by Emerson Clark, but the Swamp Rabbits do carry into the zone. Perkovich with a wrister, denied by Outhouse. Perkovich gets his own rebound, tries to play it to the right point, but nobody was there, and it will drift back into the Greenville zone. 1:11 to go on this power play for the Swamp Rabbits. Emerson Clark and Garrett Ross are your penalty killers. Greenville in the neutral zone. Pecораro's wing-to-wing pass. Onside for Amarato. To the blue line, it's Larkin. Looking for Amarato again. Gives it up to Ross, who will turn and fire it out to center. Swamp Rabbits look to regroup. Liam Pecoraro Dropping back to his own blue line with Ross with some passive forechecking on him. It's Peloquin for Greenville in a collision with Walsh, and that allows a steal from Jacksonville's Mitch Jones. He'll clear it the length of the ice. 34 seconds to go in this power play. It's Shane Walsh penalty killing along with James Phelan for the Icemen. A lot of new names and faces for Jacksonville. We'll get you accustomed to them as the season moves along and as this game moves along, of course. Meanwhile, Greenville plays it back into the zone. Great work from Jacksonville's James Phelan, knocking it free for Walsh, who taps it out to center. Just 9 seconds to go on this power play. As the Swamp Rabbits carry it into the zone at the blue line, it's held in. Playing it to an open wing, it belongs to the Icemen. Chipping it off the boards and out. Phelan, can he get it free? Not quite for Bode. And it's going to be Greenville coming back. Pecoraro cannot get a shot away. He'll play it to the blue line instead. Jacksonville cannot clear it. It's John O'May at the right blue line. Swamp Rabbits want a line change. That allows Jacksonville plenty of room, time, and space in their own end. Baudouin for Cedarholm behind his own net still for the Icemen. Cedarholm waiting for Albert to come around. Cedarholm to the right side this time for Graham Craig, his defensive partner. Over the blue line, Bobby Lynch taps it into the zone. Greenville first on the puck, however, they'll start a three-man attack, possible 3-on-2 if they hurry. Lacroix over the blue line, he'll just chip and chase instead. Cedarholm and Lacroix tangle into the glass. Puck moves to an open corner. First on the puck is Cedarholm for the Icemen. Long outlet pass, deflects away. Can Watala get there? Not quite, it's Diffley instead. Over the line for Lacroix. Wrist shot is deflected out of play by Cedarholm. Stoppage in play with 3:52 to go in the first. It remains Greenville 1, Jacksonville nothing. You are listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.TV today to get into the game and never miss the action. Arlie Johnson with you on ECHL.TV and on Mixlr, YouTube as well. We're all over the place, all kinds of platforms. 3:52 to go in the first period. The Icemen trailing the Greenville Swamp Rabbits 1-0 on opening night in front of a sellout crowd here at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Faceoff is in the Jacksonville zone. Greenville wins it. They'll play it down deep. Jones takes a hit in order to play it along the near side wall. Garrett Ross spins on a man. That's Nathan Perkovich. Puck tied up along the boards. Not out yet, but Jacksonville still has control. Cedarholm to the left of his netminder for the Icemen. Just chips it high into the air. It's batted out of midair by Greenville. That's going to be a hand pass against the Swamp Rabbits. You're allowed to make a hand pass in your defensive zone if the giver and receiver of the pass are both in the defensive zone. But if only the man making the pass is in the defensive zone and he passes it out to center ice, they will call that a hand pass. And that will bring the face-off into the Swamp Rabbit zone to the right side of Callum Booth. Jacksonville sends out Everett, Clark, James Phelan, and Alexi Dahu. At the blue line, Dechaine Mingo with Graham Craig. Craig with the draw. Wrist shot deflects on net, and Booth makes the save. It's Dahu behind the cage. Tries to center. Peloquin with the steal. Plays it ahead and out from John O'May. Mingo, good wheels there from Dechaine Mingo. A little too much on the wheels. He actually blew a tire and went right into the boards. He appears to be okay. Gets back up, but can't clear the zone, forcing Outhouse to make a stick save, and it is redirected out of play. And Clark, so used to saying just Clark, we'll go with Everett Clark this time, has a little bit of a beef with Pecoraro. They're still kind of talking and jawing at one another. It'd be a nice little welterweight bout between Everett Clark and Liam Pecoraro. Draw will be to Griffin Outhouse's right. Shots on net now favor the Swamp Rabbits at 10-8. It's Albert against Pellick on the faceoff. A couple of veterans. Pellick wins it, but it goes all the way back into the Swamp Rabbit zone. Adam Larkin's first on the puck for Greenville. For Pellick at the red line, who will backhand in. First on the puck, Charles David Baudouin for Jacksonville. For Albert, can't clear the zone yet. Deflected puck comes up high for the Icemen. Chase Watala, stick handling to the red line before backhanding in. He'll chase after it himself, gets around Larkin, tries to beat Dechaine to the puck as well. Dechaine just knocked it free. As Watala had a loose stick, he'll have to come back and grab it as the Swamp Rabbits play it up to an open wing. Loose in the neutral zone, Baudouin brings it right back in, forcing Booth to make a save. 2:15 to go in the first period. Coming up in the first intermission, we'll be joined by Emerson Clark, rejoining the team after a year away. Spent part in the American Hockey League, part with a couple of other ECHL teams last year as well. As the Icemen look to skate out of their zone, they can't do it just yet. Puck loose on the near side boards. Comes into the corner for Lacroix. He's ridden off the play by Jacksonville. Shane Walsh knocks it free, looking for a lead pass for Emerson Clark. It's going to be a delayed offside against Jacksonville. It was worth the risk. That pass from Garrett Ross to Emerson Clark. It would have been a breakaway for Clark had it connected, but a high degree of difficulty at the same time. Centering feed and a save is made by Booth. That pass ended up being a shot on net and a tester at that. But Booth makes the stop with the left leg. Rebound comes to center. Walsh redirects in, and Emerson Clark first on the puck for Jacksonville. Leaving it behind the net for Garrett Ross. Ross pinned up against the wall. Squirting loose for the Swamp Rabbits. Luke Ripley will play it out into the Jacksonville zone with 1:10 remaining in the first period. Graham Craig, the 6'5" defenseman for Jacksonville. Ahead for Walsh on a redirection in. Booth will play it behind the net off the boards just away from James Phelan as we enter the final minute of period number 1. McPherson, long lead pass. Knocked away at center ice by Graham Craig, cleared back in by Jacksonville. Booth will play it away from Alexi Dahu. Baptista, a high shovel into the Jacksonville end. Mingo first on it, up the right side. Good touch pass, Dahu to Clark. Clark in the slot, can't get the shot away, gets it back. Looking for a backhander, save is made, rebound behind the net. Everett Clark had that opportunity as Jacksonville tries to pressure in the final minute of the first period. Stolen now by Greenville with 22 seconds to go. Played out to Jacksonville's end. Loose at center ice. An overstick handle by Diffley allows Jacksonville to get it back. Maybe one final rush here. Mingo with a long outlet pass. Did Dahu get a piece of it? No, and icing will be called. 8.2 seconds remain in period number 1. Jacksonville down by 1. Shots on net, 10 apiece right now. Michael Pellick on the draw for Greenville against Everett Clark. Jacksonville wins it. They'll clear it out to center. Do they have one chance? Possibly. Not quite. It was tied up at center ice by Larkin, and the horn will sound, ending the first period of play. Shots on net even. However, it is Greenville with the only goal of this contest. Give that tally to Roman Amarato, his first, obviously, here on opening night, assisting our Nathan Perkovich and Cedric Lacroix. Time of that goal, 9:25. It was an even strength goal for Greenville. Power plays, Greenville 0 for 2, Jacksonville 0 for 1 through the opening 20 minutes of play. So the nerves hopefully gone at this point in time, and now it's just time to play some hockey. Unfortunately for the Icemen, at least through 20 minutes, they're going to be playing some catch-up hockey here in this opening frame. Coming up in this first intermission, we will be joined by Emerson Clark, getting caught up with him both on and off the ice. Talking about his relationship with Everett coming back here, being able to play with him. Stay tuned for that. We'll actually take this break right now through one period of play. It is Greenville 1, Jacksonville nothing. You're listening to Jacksonville Icemen on ECHL.TV and Mixlr.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 32nd season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, official signage provider; A&R Sports, official hockey accessory supplier; AthleticNet, official jersey supplier; Barron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2020 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Geico, official auto insurance of the ECHL; Handbid, the official mobile auction app; Honig's, the official partner of the ECHL officiating team; Howie's Hockey Tape, official hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, official puck provider; The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; Ticket Galaxy, official ticket resale partner; and Warrior, official on-ice equipment provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.TV.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.TV today to get into the game and never miss the action.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubik. Rebound!
Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just a start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch!
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow! Bad bee!
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
We're between periods with the Jacksonville Icemen and Greenville Swamp Rabbits opening night here in Jacksonville. Arlie Johnson joined by a returning Icemen player, Emerson Clark. It is so good to have you back. Welcome to Jacksonville again.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's good to be back for sure.
Emerson, you've had quite a year on and off the ice. Let's talk about it from last year. You know, even a year and a half ago, you know, you left midway through the season, had a great half season with San Jose in the American Hockey League. Things looking so good for you going into training camp with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Talk about the experience of almost making the big show just last year in September and into early October.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, like you said, like it was a great experience for me, and I think I've learned a lot, and I definitely grew from it. Last year was kind of tough with injuries, and I'm just looking forward to being here. And like you said, it's a big summer for me. I just had my little daughter too, so this is home for me now. So this is good.
You're a dad. Have you even absorbed that yet?
I think I absorbed it. Obviously, watching the birth, but definitely just leaving for the rink and just not kissing my wife goodbye, but kissing my little daughter with her little Iceman outfit. So that kind of really hit home.
All right, Emerson. Now you do get to come back home in a spot where you were very comfortable in year one. You've got Everett back here with you again. Talk about the process of, you know, last year and, like you said, an injury-shortened season to deciding this is the place for me, this is where I want to be, this is where I want my family to be, this is where I want my brother to be. How did it all come to fruition?
Yeah, honestly, since I've left this place, I've always thought about it, and obviously my brother's been here, and I've been keeping track with him, and he's only been telling me good things, and I miss the fans. The crowds are amazing. You know, you don't even get that in the American League sometimes. So, I mean, there's so many things to miss, like family. Obviously, I have aunt and uncles here in Florida, so the support here is just great, and this is where I wanted to be.
And I know you're going to have a huge crowd tonight, sellout crowd once again. You've experienced this before, but it's a totally different group of guys. Tell me about this group of guys. What have you seen from the week and a half of training camp, and just how much different it is from when you were here a couple of years ago?
Yeah, it's been a long training camp, and like I think everyone's excited to play tonight. Hearing it's sold out, that just gets us more fired up. But our talent here is just it keeps getting better and better. We just got 2 new defense that will be a great addition, and our scale up front is it's gonna be scary to watch.
You talked to me just before we started talking about whether you get butterflies still every year, if it's just you know, another year, another opening night. But no, this is different for you. I get the feeling.
Yeah, it totally is different. I mean, I woke up this morning just excited, and it's been a long time since I felt like that for games, and I'm extremely excited to play tonight.
All right, and I know getting into an opening night, obviously with the adrenaline rolling, but you got to kind of keep it controlled. Talk about some of the keys early on in this game to where we know that the Icemen are playing the game that they want to play.
Yeah, I think everyone's excited, and we just have to go and play the systems right off the bat, let the game evolve, and you know, just stay composed. And I feel like we will do that, and it's just good to be back playing hockey. So I'm excited.
Emerson, good luck. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's Emerson Clark with us between periods. We'll come back in just a little bit. This is Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on Mixler.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 32nd season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, official signage provider; A&R Sports, official hockey accessory supplier; AthleticNet, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2020 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Geico, official auto insurance of the ECHL; Handbid, the official mobile auction app; Honig's, the official partner of the ECHL officiating team; Howie's Hockey Tape, official hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, official puck provider; The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; Ticket Galaxy, official ticket resale partner; and Warrior, official on-ice equipment provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.tv.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.TV today to get into the game and never miss the action.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubin. Rebound!
Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just a start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch!
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow! Bad bee!
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
We're back at the ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Arlie Johnson finally joined by Alex Reed tonight. 1-0 Greenville. The Swamp Rabbits have the lead over the Jacksonville Icemen through one period of play. Reeder, great to have you back in the broadcast booth and ready for another incredible season with a broadcast team that nobody else in the ECHL can possibly supply.
Yes, somebody said earlier, the A-team, Arlie and Alex.
Yes.
But, no doubt it is great to be back for another season here. I had to take care of the first period things that take place on opening night, but I'm glad I could jump in the booth here with you for what I hope is the rest of the way out here. But you're right, a good start there. I did come out of the tunnel, saw the fight 8 seconds in, and I said, hey, we're here, hockey's here, and it started off with a bang. But when you got a crowd like this here tonight, the energy's great, and this is game 1 of 72, Arlie.
Oh, I cannot wait. It's we've been waiting for it all summer long. Fans have been, of course, with this sellout crowd tonight. Not a whole lot to speak of in terms of highlights from this first period, so this is probably as good an opportunity as any other to try and get acquainted with some of these Icemen players, because it is a vastly different team from last year. Only 7 returning players from last year. Even 2 of those 7 really were late comers and played a dozen games or less for Jacksonville last year. Let's talk about some of these names that are new to the team that I imagine we will get very familiar with very quickly.
Yeah, and when you look at this roster, and of course we talked about early in the summer, it was like, oh man, there's a lot of guys going over to Europe, and and that happens. We weren't the Icemen weren't the only team that had players go over to Europe. So it's a new look, but I think the coaching staff, starting with Jason Christie, he worked hard all summer long, and I know some of the fans were probably like, okay, we're going to get some announcements, get some players here, but when you really want to take the next step and get to the next level, you go after those next level guys, those fringe guys that are good enough to be in the American Hockey League. They're not there right now because of a numbers game, and you got to wait. And those guys wait to see if they're going to get an AHL deal. And then so it kind of becomes an August thing and early September, and then you start to see the big names come in here. The Garrett Rosses, who's in, a guy that's been a career AHLer there as well. Boy, what a late pickup here just before training camp. Johnny Albert, a guy that spent his whole career in the AHL and knows what it takes to get to the National Hockey League because he played 9 games there with Winnipeg. So all these next level guys coming in. Then you get Emerson Clark, who was here the first season, so kind of a familiar face. And now you're starting to see the roster coming together. And I think that's what you got right here. It took some patience and a lot of work from Coach, but the names right now, there are some returning faces, but also some really good next-level players, as we also saw here with the influx of players coming from Manitoba in the last week and a half.
Absolutely, and that's Charles David Baudouin, as well as Jacob Cederholm, one of the returners from last year from Jacksonville as well. And I think what that does, grabbing those AHL players that are here and hopefully here to stay, although we wish the best for them if they get opportunities, of course, but it also creates a lot of depth. I was talking to Coach Christie before the game tonight. What do you like about the team? It's the first question I asked him. What do you like? And he said, I think we're well-rounded. We got a lot of depth. Feels like he's got not just 3 solid lines, potentially 4 solid lines, depending on how things go with healthy scratches and injuries and the like. And that goes such a long way in this game. You can't just be a one-line kind of team. You've got to be able to go first line, second line, third line, and you have to be able to pressure the opponent on each particular shift.
And I think that's key because I don't think the Icemen had that last year. They definitely didn't have the 3 lines, maybe line 1, line 2, but they didn't have that third line. Now you got 3 lines. Then you got some guys, you got some good names that are sitting out tonight.
Yes.
And then you even look at some of the cuts that happened. Roman Mchugh, a guy that played well, came in very late. It was added to the playoff roster, played in 4 of the 6 games. He was looking pretty good in some of those games, kind of a gritty guy. He was released after the scrimmage last week. Then you had some other players that were kind of Cole Golka, a guy that had a lot of speed, impressed the first couple of nights. They weren't able to hang on to him just because they had to get down to a lower number.
That's right.
And then another guy that, and you looked in Norman as well, probably had the best scrimmage of everybody that night. But, and then he turned some heads and they had to release him. So it's a good situation, good problem to be in. And it shows you have that depth, Arlie, that you have to turn away some guys. You don't want to, but the league says you have to by the number standpoint. And you, like I said, you look at some of the scratches tonight, some prominent names, some really good contributors. And there's that depth you're talking about. And early in the season, the Icemen have it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And let's tell you who these scratches are for tonight as well, including a couple of guys that were with the Icemen last year. Those are Kyle Shapiro and Jack Glover, a pair of right-shot defensemen that were with Jacksonville last season. Also on the sidelines this evening, Chase Lang, number 11. Beau Mchugh, looks like a promising rookie. Also out of the lineup tonight. And a couple of defensemen, Nick Wright, who's going to be known, no question, for 2 things, his gloves, his hands, and his hair. No doubt about that. And Dalton Thrower, who's a veteran ECHL guy, a former second-round pick as well. He's on injured reserve right now, but he's going to be coming in, and that's going to create another logjam on the defensive core.
Yeah, it really is. And you can't have enough great, solid defensemen in this league. And Dalton Thrower, a guy that Coach Christie's been trying to get for several years now. You ask him about it, he's like, oh, I've been trying to get Dalton for a couple years, and for several years, I should say. So he finally got him, and he's going to be out, not for too long, but maybe a couple more weeks out, but he'll be a nice welcome addition. Then you mentioned Chase Lang, a forward. He's got a lot of American Hockey League experience. So played with Allen last year. So this is a lineup going in that is deep. They've got that next level talent that I think maybe the team, in this building this thing up, has the opportunity to take that next step this year.
And as both teams come back out on the ice right now, the Icemen down by 1.
Yep.
You look at these lines, top to bottom, but ultimately it comes down to what do you do on the ice. Let's see some production here. I'm very curious to see how these lines all play out shift after shift. Love to see Jacksonville try and take control of the game, especially at home in the second period. Doesn't really matter what happened in the first period. I think each team kind of had their share of possession time and pressure on the net. It just so happens that Greenville happened to be the one that scored. But line after line, you're looking at a guy like Alexi Dahu, Hadn't heard much from him in that first period. Guy like James Phelan, who's another American League guy, if I'm not mistaken. A guy that can really put the puck in the net. But these guys, couple opportunities here, couple opportunities there, but nobody really shown through just yet as that guy's got his skating legs in yet tonight. But we'll see if the second period changes things up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It was the first period there. It's just a 1-0 game, a one-goal hockey game, which is nothing new between these two teams. I looked at a stat earlier. I think I mentioned it maybe in the preview that the Icemen were 8-1 against Greenville last year, but 5 of those 8 wins, were one-goal affairs. I think they had 6 total one-goal games. So these two teams always play it tight. It's tight here in the first, but you're right. You need to get this crowd into it with the goal. Get that thing in there, and then you can ride off the momentum from there.
And you also talked about, we've talked about this a couple times off the air, that the Greenville Swamp Rabbits are not the Swamp Rabbits of the last 2 years. They were in last place in the South Division each of the last 2 seasons. I don't think that's going to be the case this year. They've kept their good players from last year, kept a little bit of chemistry with that, but they've added some other areas from American Hockey League through the affiliation with the Carolina Hurricanes as well.
Yeah, I think that's a big step for them. They were, didn't have an affiliate the last 2 seasons. Now they're going to get those next level players. Kalin Booth, one of the top goaltenders in this league the last couple of years now. Part of that, Cliff Pooh, another offensive player, not in tonight, but this was a team that I thought got better as the year went on, and they brought back a lot of their key players, as we mentioned, through the offseason, added a veteran big guy in Nathan Perkovich, and I think they had a great summer. They've got all the tools here, and the affiliation, I think, is what they needed just to get them over the top.
Ready for the start of the second period. Everett Clark for Jacksonville, Cedric Lacroix for Greenville, as the Icemen will float it behind the Greenville net. Booth will play it himself. Clark breaks it up at the far boards. Tapped away by Greenville and skated out to center ice. It's Lacroix looking for the steal as Phelan knocks it loose inside the Greenville end. Tapped away by the Swamp Rabbits and played just over the line and out. Hayden Shaw tried to keep in for Jacksonville with his glove, but unable to do so. Faceoff will come outside the Swamp Rabbit blue line. So we're just seconds into this second period. The Icemen still looking for their first goal of the campaign. Arlie Johnson with you. Alex Reed, our broadcast partner, he'll be coming back with us in just a little bit. As the Icemen immediately change up lines, Garrett Ross along with Emerson Clark. And Shane Walsh as the Swamp Rabbits possess. Wing-to-wing pass picked out of midair by Clark and forehanded in. Loose puck, and Garrett Ross get there, taps it away and wide of the net. Walsh holds in, looking for Ross in the right wing corner. A pass from Ross deflects right back to him. Behind the net, tries to A-frame and gets it loose for Clark. Clark to the blue line, a one-timer and a screen. Booth never saw it, but it goes wide and comes off the end boards. Big hit by Jacksonville. That was Clark on John O'May. May is down and out as we continue on. Greenville has the puck. May very slow to get up as the Swamp Rabbits clear it out. This will be icing. May appears to be holding his shoulder, maybe his head, hard to tell. Icing now waved off. We're going to play on here. Apparently Greenville did get to the puck first, as Jacksonville wants a too many men on the ice call. Instead, it's the Swamp Rabbits moving end to end. Forehand and a save made by Outhouse. Got it with the body as Jacksonville chips it up the wall for Watala. Watala for Albert, who redirects into the zone. Ripley taps it off the far wall, and Greenville will skate with it through center. 90 seconds gone by in the second period. Swamp Rabbits clear in. Dangerous pass from Jacksonville, but it works out. It is Lynch with a touch pass for Albert. Albert with Watala. Chipping in is Albert. Watala first on the puck behind the Greenville net for Albert. Looks to center. His pass is blocked by Ripley. Albert tries to get it back. It is Baptista along the wall. Greenville plays it to an open wing. Still in their own zone, but they do collect it. Ripley with a forehand pass. Picked off at center ice by the Icemen. It's played in by Bode. Playing it behind the Greenville net. Looking for the steal is Jacksonville. Cannot get possession. Loose at center ice. It does belong to the Icemen. It is Cedarholm drifting back into his own zone. Wing to wing for Hayden Shaw. Lead pass is deflected into the Greenville zone. Booth will try to play it himself. Nearly lost it to Dahu, and it is stolen by Jacksonville. Bouncing puck goes into the left wing corner. Dahu battling with Greenville. It is Dahu to the blue line. Hayden Shaw, left point, wrister and a screen, never reached the net. It is cleared away by the Swamp Rabbits out to center ice. Shaw with it again, long outlet pass, handled beautifully by Alexi Dahu into the left wing corner. Stick handles behind the Greenville net, spins away from a man, tries to get the centering pass on a give and go, but the Swamp Rabbits pick it off and clear it into the Jacksonville zone. Icing waved off with 17:05 to go in the second period. It's a 1-0 hockey game. Jacksonville playing it into the zone for Garrett Ross, centering feed, touch pass, looking for Clark in front, can't get the shot away, loose into the right wing corner, puck is on edge, nobody could get the handle to it. Finally, it trickles behind the Swamp Rabbit net. Greenville having a hard time clearing the zone. At the blue line, Graham Craig holds in for Walsh and then for Ross in the left wing corner. He'll reverse it all the way to the right point where Mingo holds in. Cork got hit from behind, plays it into the slot, touched away by Greenville and cleared out of the zone. Penalty coming up as well. This will be on the Icemen. Slashing is the call, and a power play for the Swamp Rabbits with 16:31 to go in the first, as Garrett Ross and Nathan Perkovich exchange a couple of taps with the stick. And we'll see if that even things up potentially. Slashing is the call. That will be it. It is Emerson Clark in the box for the Icemen. And power play number 3 for Greenville. Swamp Rabbits 0 for 2 thus far. And this is kind of a critical kill here for Jacksonville. Certainly don't want to fall behind by more than 1 goal. Want to stay within striking distance. Keep the crowd involved as well, of course. Draw is going to be to Griffin Outhouse's right. John Albert on the face-off for Jacksonville. He does win it behind the net for Graham Craig. Trying to clear out is Watala, but it's blocked back behind the Jacksonville cage. Mingo tries to play it into the corner. Loses the handle. Greenville around the wall. Larkin beats his man to the puck. Wing-to-wing pass. Looking for the loose changes. Watala can't quite get there, but another feed is blocked out of the zone by Watala. And the Swamp Rabbits will have to regroup at the red line. Cedric Lacroix will forehand in. Mingo first on the puck for Jacksonville. Immediately double teamed. He's just going to try and pin it up along the boards and kill a little clock. 2-on-2 battle at the near side corner. Graham Craig is in there for the Icemen. John Albert is in there involved as well. 3 men in there for Jacksonville. Great job by the Icemen, just continuing to kill clock. Albert now gets the puck onto his backhand, tries to play it loose for Mingo. Mingo on his forehand will turn and fire it out. Excellent kill here from Jacksonville, at least the first half of it. Still a minute on the clock, however, on the man advantage for the Swamp Rabbits as the Icemen get a line change through the neutral zone. Nice shift there from Bykoff. The back check from Dahu nearly got the puck free, but Greenville holds in. It's McPherson, right circle, wrister in a screen. Save is made. Rebound comes right back from McPherson at the near side half wall. Cross ice look, it is Diffley with a one-timer. Deflected and a beautiful left skate save. Outhouse with a stop and the clear from Jones. It is deflected out of play. And the faceoff will stay in the Icemen zone with 33 seconds to go on this power play. That was a much more difficult save than it appeared because of the deflection in front. Outhouse really had to be quick with that left skate. Just got enough of it to keep it a 1-0 hockey game. Phelan taking this draw for the Icemen. Playing it to the opposite wing. A couple of men chop at it. Jacksonville can't clear out yet. Rolling puck. Lynch tries to knock it free. Gets it to his forehand and clears out. Penalty coming. Is this on Greenville? Holding the stick is going to be the call. I'm pretty sure it's on the Swamp Rabbits for holding the stick. That will do it for the power play for Greenville. We'll skate 4-on-4 for the next 21 seconds as Patrick Bykoff goes into the box for the Swamp Rabbits. And that'll give the Icemen their second power play of the night in just a matter of moments. Emerson Clark will be the man coming out of the box to create that power play. No doubt he'll head right onto the ice. Faceoff is in the Greenville zone as we skate 4-on-4. The Icemen trying to break the ice, no pun intended there, on the scoreboard. Phelan on the draw. He's going to try and win it to the top of the circle for Hayden Shaw. Bobby Lynch also on the ice. Puck comes free. It is Phelan winning it for Lynch. Tries to golf it away from Greenville's Lacroix, but it's the Swamp Rabbits taking possession. They'll skate with it through center ice. Stick handling into the zone now is Lohed. Snapshot denied by Outhouse. Comes loose for the Icemen. It is Hayden Shaw. Stick handling up the left side and out to center ice. Teams are now on a power play for Jacksonville as Greenville clears the zone. Still 90 seconds to go on this man advantage. Mingo dropping it behind his net for Lynch. Back for Mingo again, who turns away from a forechecker in Michael Pelech. Behind the net for Emerson Clark. And the Icemen will stick handle through center. It is Clark shifting around a man. Cannot get away from Dechaine, tries to clear. Second attempt at it, cleared away. Foot race for the puck. Pelech going against Mingo. Pelech spins on Mingo. Drop pass comes all the way to Larkin. Wrister in a screen, save is made. Rebound is loose, it goes wide on the second attempt. Two opportunities shorthanded for Greenville, but it's the Icemen with a four-man rush the other way. Albert over the blue line. Drop pass in the slot. Wrister, save, rebound, score! Emerson Clark, welcome home! 1-1, 13:39 to go in the second period. Power play goal for Jacksonville. Beautiful drop pass for Garrett Ross, who had the initial shot. His wrist shot low, stick side with purpose, looking for the rebound. That's exactly what he got. And Clark rifling home the rebound, making this a 1-1 hockey game at 6:21 of period number 2. Emerson Clark's first. Ross with 1 assist. Give the other one to Shane Walsh. Walsh and Ross. At 6:21, here's Joe Massa with your goal call.
Power play goal scored by number 13, Emerson Clark. Assisted by number 26, Garrett Ross. And number 19, Shane Walsh. Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 21 seconds. Once again, your Iceman power play goal scored by number 13, Emerson Clark. Assisted by Ross and Walsh. Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 21 seconds.
Emerson Clark in his return to Jacksonville connects for the first goal of the season, making it 1-1. The crowd all over Kalin booth right now as we have a stoppage in play with 13:20 to go in the second period. We'll take a stoppage with them. 1-1 is the score. This crowd is electrified on Emerson Clark's power play goal. You're listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days.
I see a lot of people, but I don't hear
Ever
a lot of
wish
people.
we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
There it is.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank.
They're doing all right.
Equal
What
housing
about
lender.
y'all over there?
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV.
I don't know, y'all got
the
some
live
competition.
streaming
How about
destination
y'all
for
over
the
there?
2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action
What
from
about over
across the
here?
Premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game
All right.
high-definition
You
view
guys be sure
and
to enjoy
playback
this game. We are
functionality
taking
on
on
both your
these
PC,
bunnies.
mobile, and
We got one on the
OTT
board.
devices.
Let's keep it
Visit
going. T-shirt for the loudest
ECHL.TV
fans. We're
today
having a great
to get
time out
into the
here.
game and
You
never
guys.
miss the action.
Let these Icemen know that
1-1 is the contest. Midway through the second period, Emerson Clark just scoring for the Icemen. Power play goal set up by Garrett Ross and Shane Walsh. Jacksonville possesses inside their own line. Charles David Baudouin to the left for Jones, redirected in by Clark. Booth has it behind his own net. He's getting a man right on his tail. Jacksonville with a great forecheck, comes free for Mitch Jones. Sharp angle shot, save is made. Rebound poked into the corner. Jacksonville's got a little bit of a burst here as Shane Walsh tries to get it free for Ross. It's trickling towards the line, over the blue line and out. Mitch Jones plays it right back in. Bouncing puck comes to center ice, however. Pelech tries to knock it free. Diving puck. Pelech got a piece of it, but Jacksonville controls. It's Baudouin for Jones. Slap pass, deflects way out of play. Over the netting and out of play. With 12:36 to go, we'll have a stoppage in play. And the faceoff will be in the neutral zone as we bring Alex Reed back in. You had a great look at a different angle, I think, on that power play goal. I love the play from Garrett Ross there on the assist. That's what a real nuanced kind of move, but that was an AHL move because his shot was with purpose. It wasn't necessarily meant to be a goal. He knew he wanted to go low blocker side because he knew he had Emerson Clark coming barreling down the left wing side.
Yeah, and that was a design play here. And
Lynch, a slapper, save is made. Rebound is loose, and another save by Booth as we go back to it.
Yeah, and that's the point right there, another rebound. See, Kalin Booth makes a great first save. He's an excellent goaltender, but there are a lot of rebounds, and the Icemen knew that. They've been prepared for this.
And it's Greenville with a goal the other way on a slapper from the point. Will ahead. I believe we'll get the goal, maybe deflected along the way, but the Swamp Rabbits have just regained the lead. It's 2-1.
Yeah, leading the charge on the handshake there is Emerson again. We'll see if he got a piece of it there in front.
It was definitely a screen. I don't think there was much that Griffin Outhouse could have done about that. 7:44 is going to be the time of this goal. So not even 90 seconds after the Icemen tie it up. And they will give that goal to Roman Emerson, his second of the night. Ahead will get an assist. I believe it's the only one at 7:44. And the Icemen will have to play catch-up hockey once again. Everett Clark this time at center. The Clark brothers not line mates, at least to start the season, but they have been penalty killing a couple times together tonight. As Jacksonville has the puck in their own territory. It's Everett Clark leading the rush for Alexi Dahu. Chipping and chasing for James Phelan. Phelan behind the Greenville net. Can't center, but he continues it along for Hayden Shaw. Right point, Cedarholm with a wrister and a screen, and a save is made by Booth. No rebound that time. Cedarholm wanted that shot to be down low, but I think he got a little too much loft in it than he would have liked. And the draw will be in the Swamp Rabbit end with 11:52 to go in the second. Your line for Jacksonville has Everett Clark at center. James Phelan at the far side along the boards. In the slot, it's Alexi Dahu. And the Swamp Rabbits control. Penalty coming. This is on Jacksonville. Delayed call as Greenville carries through center ice. There's your touch up at the red line from Dahu. Roughing is the call, and I think it's going to be Everett Clark heading into the box. It will be Everett Clark. Power play for the Swamp Rabbits. And Alex, while you were gone for a little bit, this is the exact same thing. Down by a goal, down a man. This is a critical kill.
No, it really is, because you don't want to, as tight as it is right now, you don't want to get that 2-goal cushion. You have to come back from there. So it's a big penalty kill right now. Big swing goal, or a swing potential right here in this hockey game as we approach the halfway point. If you can kill it up, you're just down by one. You can get one here to light the lamp. Otherwise, a goal here by Greenville on the power play gives them a little bit more comfort here, as tightly as this game has been played throughout.
Jacksonville 3 for 3 on the penalty kill thus far. Remember, they are the returning top penalty kill unit in the entire ECHL last year. Swamp Rabbits control. It is Emerson who has both Greenville goals. Centering feed deflects away. Outhouse is going to pin it up against the short side post as the Swamp Rabbits just jamming at Outhouse after he had possession of the puck. A little bit after the whistle, I would even say there too. But the draw will be in the Jacksonville end, the left side of Outhouse. Garrett Ross penalty killing along with Emerson Clark. Mitch Jones and Charles David Baudouin are your defensemen for the Icemen. Have not seen John O'May since he took a big hit earlier in this period as the Swamp Rabbits have possession. Whistle, penalty on Greenville. Hooking is the call. And there goes that power play. I believe it's going to be Emerson heading into the box. So we'll play 4-on-4 for the next minute 46. That power play lasted a grand total of 14 seconds.
Well, it's one way to kill off the penalty here. Get a little help there from the team on the power play. And now things open up a little bit, 4-on-4. And this has been an area where the team has been working on during training camp. I know in the scrimmage, the black-white scrimmage they had last week there at the Sportsplex, they played a whole period of that 4-on-4, so they wanted to work on that, open things up, really kind of test the skill sets of these guys and their speed, but also at the same time, it's a situation you see throughout the season a little bit more regularly.
There's a lot of speed and skill out there for Jacksonville right now. Your two forwards, Garrett Ross and Emerson Clark, but the Swamp Rabbits have control. At center ice, it is Dechaine forehanding in. Outhouse is able to block it behind the net, plays it around to the right side. Smart maneuver there for Bode ahead for Clark. 2-on-2 with Ross, but he'll just chip in. Ross fighting to get to the puck first. He got a piece of it, but not enough to control it. Comes back to the blue line, over the line, and out. Jacksonville has control. Still 4-on-4 for another minute 15. Mitch Jones for the Icemen. D-to-D for Bode. At center ice, continues it over the line for Jones. Has it poke checked away by Michael Peloquin, and Jones will have to retreat deep into his own territory.
Yeah, good stick check there by Peloquin. Veteran guy, he knew what to do right there.
Long outlet pass, and a partial breakaway for Bykov. Closing is Phelan. What great closing speed there as the Icemen get it right back. Mingo playing it to center, but no further. It is Baptista for the Swamp Rabbits. To the left for McPherson and behind the Jacksonville net. Mingo pokes it away for Graham Craig. Craig for Mingo once more. 3-on-2 if they hustle. Mingo leading the charge right up the middle, over the line and onside. To the right, Rister just wide from Alexi Dahu. It'll play off the boards all the way out to the Jacksonville blue. Craig for Dahu again. Over the line, looking to go wide on Diffley. Turns into the right wing corner. Waits for help. Turns to his forehand, leaving it for Graham Craig. Craig has it taken off of his stick by Baptista. Backhanding it off the glass and behind the net. Jacksonville will have a very brief power play in 6 more seconds. I'm not even sure if they'll have possession of the puck during that time. It is Diffley for Greenville, forehanding in. Outhouse got a piece of it for Hayden Shaw. Looking for an outlet pass, nobody home. He'll leave it for Albert instead, and then for Graham Craig. It is a power play, but just for 5 seconds here. Greenville at center, forehands it in behind the net of Outhouse. And the Swamp Rabbits first on the puck as well. It is Ebbing kicking it to the blue line. Slap shot is blocked into the corner. Comes off the wall for Craig, chipping it off glass for Bobby Lynch. Lynch gets it to center. Can Chase Watala get there? Not quite. It's played off the wall. Greenville has an opportunity. Cedric Lacroix was looking for an outlet pass for a breakaway. Instead, it's going to be offside with 9:07 to go in period number 2. It's Greenville 2, Jacksonville 1, and things just really kind of opening up here a little bit in the second as well.
Yeah, and I think that's to be expected here. You know, you look at the first period, you know, things are always a little tight, a little choppy first game. And again, it's the first time that the Icemen have seen somebody and be able to hit somebody other than themselves in the last couple of weeks. So getting on, and it's also, too, another point you want to look at here. It's really the first time, aside the morning skate this morning, they skated on this ice surface. They've been, they've had to have all their practices during training camp there at the Jacksonville Ice and Sportsplex, and they couldn't get in last night or yesterday because of the concert here. So they only had a few, minutes this morning to kind of get on this ice. So they're getting their feet settled here, and you're right though, Arlie. The game's starting to open up a little bit as a result.
Back to live play as the Swamp Rabbits playing it softly behind the Jacksonville net. Centering pass goes off the apron. They get it right back. Trying a bank shot was Peloquin. Nothing doing there. It comes out to center on the redirection. Ahead. Cannot set up Perkovic. It's loose in the neutral zone. Greenville gets it right back. Perkovic on his backhand. Taken down. Penalty called. Steven Sailors calling quite a few of them. Tripping the call this time with 8:33 to go, and the Swamp Rabbits are going to power play number 5 right now. Mitch Jones into the box this time. And the Icemen once again will be forced to kill a penalty just to stay within 1. Dahu and Everett Clark this time penalty killing, along with Dechaine Mingo and Graham Craig. Cedric Lacroix for the Swamp Rabbits on the draw, and he does win it back to the blue line. Feeding Liam Pecoraro. Pecoraro for McPherson, right circle. Rister in a screen, never reached the net. Lacroix gets it back. It looks like a pretty shifty player. To the line for Pecoraro. Right side, McPherson can't take it off the boards. It's cleared away by Clark. Foot race for the puck, but the Swamp Rabbits have it at center. Baptista over the line for Lacroix. Drop pass for Mason Baptista. To the line for Liam Pecoraro. Right circle, it's McPherson. McPherson centering feed, deflects to the opposite wing for Bykov. And losing the handle as Diffley tried to kick it onto his stick, but he never kicked it. Went right underneath his skate. 1:17 to go on the power play as the Icemen change up their penalty kill unit. McPherson clears it in around the wall all the way to the blue line where it's held in by Baptista. Getting a piece of the puck is John Albert, allowing Hayden Shaw to wrist it the length of the ice. Jacksonville will keep their penalty killers out this time with 57 seconds to go on the power play. Diffley behind his own net. John Albert and James Phelan are your penalty killers as Greenville clears around the wall all the way out to center, and a foot race for the puck. Can Phelan get there first? Larkin trying to beat him to it. It goes behind the Greenville net. Phelan forces him a little deeper. Swamp Rabbits do get it out to center. Now it's Graham Craig stepping up, but he can't get control, and the Swamp Rabbits carry in. Drop pass to the blue line for Larkin. Left point. Closes to the middle. Wrister in a screen and a save by Outhouse. No rebound with 23 seconds to go. More of the same from last year here, Reed. This penalty kill has been sensational so far.
Yeah, and that was, you know, you look, I know a lot of the fans talk about the power play and the struggles over the last couple of years, not getting any consistency there, but you know, one thing that was the mainstay of last year was the penalty kill. As you mentioned earlier, they were first in the league overall last year and really helped keep them in a lot of the games here. And of course, you know, Coach Christie going with some of the strategies that they went with, they were so successful with the year ago. But there's no doubt they're off to a great start on the PK side of things, and it's going to be key here, Arlie, as again, it's just a tightly contested game. It just has that tight feel to it, and these are these moments where the penalty killers need to step up.
It's been a very evenly played contest between these clubs thus far. Jacksonville wins the faceoff. Clark will do the clear out to center. Larkin plays it cross ice for Michael Pellick, but he has to retreat inside his own line. Just 10 seconds left on this power play. One last rush for Greenville. John O'May back on the ice. Good to see him back and healthy, but Jacksonville gets the loose puck at center. And we are at full strength. Out of the penalty box is Mitch Jones as the Icemen have it deep in their own end. Outhouse will play it around the wall, trying to find Emerson Clark. Team captain this year is Emerson Clark. Graham Craig, long outlet pass, looking for a breakaway for Ross. Doesn't connect, and Greenville plays in. Craig with a backhand feed for Baudouin. Up the boards, Emerson Clark on his backhand, still inside his own blue line. Regroups back for Craig. Craig ahead for Baudouin. Deflects over the glass, out of play with 6:02 to go in period number 2. Jacksonville trailing by 1. 2-1 is your score. We will take a break here with 6:02 remaining and come back in just a moment. The Icemen down by 1. This is Jacksonville Icemen hockey.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores.
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubin. Rebound.
Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just a start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
Jacksonville trying to pressure the Greenville net, unable to get a shot on goal. It is cleared away by the Swamp Rabbits. 5.5 to go in the second period. Jacksonville trails 2-1. The Icemen with an outlet pass. Clark got a piece of it but couldn't control it. Greenville dumping right back in and chasing after. Jacob Cederholm will backhand it up the near side. Everett Clark first on the puck. Over the blue line, offside is called. Chase Watala in ahead of the play. And the draw will be at center ice with 5:13 to go. Jacksonville wearing their special Community First Bank unis tonight, Alex, with the two-tone blue, sort of a sky blue number, a darker blue shoulder. They're fun.
Oh,
They're fun.
Yeah, I mean, they really
They'll
are.
be great for the fans.
They're great for absolutely, and of course, Community First Credit Union, really one of the top sponsors and supporters of the Icemen, year after year, and they wanted to get a jersey here, and this jersey will be worn about 3 or 4 times throughout the season.
What a shift from Mingo to get into the zone, but he can't get it cross ice on the pass to Albert, and in transition, it's Greenville clearing behind the Jacksonville net. Outhouse playing it around the wall. Perkovic blocks it. His centering feed goes off the side of the net and ends up behind the cage. Bobby Lynch tries to strip it free from Lacroix. Shovels it ahead for Albert, dropping it back for Mingo and then to Graham Craig. Long outlet pass, breakaway. Chase Watala, forehand, score! Chase Watala even things up at 2. What a beautiful reception of that pass. It was an aerial pass. He took it out of midair right at the blue line. Didn't have much time to stick handle. He knew he just had to fire it on net, but he beat Kalin Booth in tight and knots things up at 2.
Well, he's coming off a career best last year over in Europe. Had 60 points on the year, but you're right, he caught that pass. Didn't have much time to do any dangling or deep moves, but he made it count on the shot and just went just under that right leg pad there. Booth checking it there afterwards, but what a goal there by Watala. And he ties it up exactly what the Icemen needed here. And again, it goes back to those penalty kill opportunities, Arlie. If the Icemen don't kill those off, this game's not tied.
They're giving primary assist to John Albert on that goal. I thought it might have been Graham Craig, maybe 15, number 15 on that assist. And give credit to him. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Here's Joe Massa with your call.
Assisted by Craig and Albert. Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 22 seconds.
A stick save made by Griffin Outhouse as the Icemen try to clear the zone. They can't do it yet. Craig and Albert assist on that goal from Chase Watala. Swamp Rabbits now trying to pressure again. Remember, they regained the lead 90 seconds after, and here's another cross-ice look for Pecoraro, who couldn't get a shot on goal. Heavy pressure from the Swamp Rabbits, but their pass back to the blue line eludes Lahead and ends up all the way back into the Swamp Rabbit zone. At center ice, the Icemen get a steal and clear in. They're going to call this, they're going to wave off the icing because Kalin Booth went behind the net to play it. So we will continue on with 3:25 to go in the second. 2-2 is the game. And a steal from Jacksonville. Breaking in is Dahu. Backhander save. Rebound is loose. It ends up just behind the net. Stripped loose from the Swamp Rabbits. Not cleared out yet. Clark into the high slot. It goes to the blue line. Cedarholm with a bomb and a save made by Booth. He'll hold on. Back and forth we go. Each team getting an opportunity to take the lead here over the last 30 seconds or so. And let's go back to that goal from Chase Watala. I really want to credit the pass. I'm pretty sure it was Graham Craig's pass setting Watala on his way. High degree of difficulty for that pass, but I always endorse that pass. It's worth the risk. If you connect, you know you have a breakaway. I don't care if it's a 10% chance, 15% chance, whatever it might happen to be. If you think you have a shot at a breakaway, you make that effort and you hope for the best, and it worked out perfectly that time.
Yeah, it did, because it's a risky pass there, because in some situations it could result in an icing face-off the other way. But again, a lot of confidence there by Graham Craig there to get it right there, pinpoint, and Watala able to finish it off, though. But you're right, take the shot if you got it. Because you don't get many chances in a breakaway opportunity in a hockey game, and he sees the opportunity in the moment right there.
Here's John Albert looking for a potential wraparound. Couldn't keep his edge, but he does keep the puck to the blue line for Cedarholm, and a drive goes just wide. Booth may have gotten a piece of it with his stick. Graham Craig pinches in from the blue line, keeping it loose for Lynch. Snapshot. That might have gone off the outside of the post. Lynch gets it right back along the near side corner. Albert is helping out. Albert goes down. Penalty coming. Power play, Jacksonville. With 2:24 on the clock, Albert sold it pretty nicely, I might add, too, as Mason Baptista heads into the box. And in the closing minutes of the second period, a nice chance here for Jacksonville with a power play late to get the lead for the first time and gain a lot of momentum into the locker room, hopefully.
And that was all pressure by the Icemen. They were getting comfortable in the offensive zone, good cycles, good passes around, and kind of got the Greenville defenders there a little fatigued and forcing that's when you start to get a little lazy there, and that's when the penalties typically happen in that situation, and the Icemen will now get an opportunity on the power play for a chance to take the lead, their first of the game.
Top power play unit has Everett Clark at center, with James Phelan in the slot, Bobby Lynch along the glass near side. Mitch Jones, one defenseman, also at the blue line, Alexi Dahu. So Jason Christie electing to go with 4 forwards here. Puck is tied up behind the Greenville net. Clark fights for it. Off the boards for Dahu. To the blue line, it's Jones. Top of the left circle, Lynch. Back for Jones. Left circle, wrister in a screen. Save is made. Rebound is loose. Where is it? Controlled by Greenville, but not cleared. Jones holds in. Give and go pass. It is Jones to the right side for Dahu. Trying to feed it in front for Clark. Loose in the slot. Who can get there? Lynch does, but not in shooting position. Lynch, good cross-ice look for Dahu, but his wrist shot is deflected out of play. With 1:24 to go on the power play for Jacksonville, 1:48 remaining in the second period. What a great contest this has been. As the draw will come to Kalin Booth's left side. Garrett Ross now out with Shane Walsh and Emerson Clark. I think this is really more the top power play unit, but they were on the ice leading up to that penalty call against Greenville. So now they'll take the second half of this power play as the Swamp Rabbits clear the zone. Dechaine Mingo leading the charge for the Icemen. Through center ice with some speed. He drops it back for Emerson Clark. Clark clears it over the line. It's deflected, but it stays in the zone. Walsh keeps it moving for Clark behind the Greenville net. Clark on his forehand. Good indirect pass off the boards for Mingo. Left side, it's Albert for Mingo again. Top of the right circle for Ross. Mingo fakes the one-timer. Ross takes the one-timer. Save is made by Booth. Rebound comes up high for the Swamp Rabbits. Perkovic skates with it. 2-on-2 short-handed at the moment. Man goes down for Jacksonville as the Icemen regain control. It's Walsh now in the final minute of the period. Walsh for Ross, who backhands behind the Greenville net. Booth will play it for Larkin. Larkin clears the zone all the way back behind the Jacksonville net. 23 seconds to go on the power play as a Greenville player loses an edge. One last rush for the Icemen with the man advantage. Everett Clark at center ice. Chips and chases after, but it's stolen and cleared by Lynch. Outhouse trying to get it before it hits the goal line. He'll leave it there for Graham Craig. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Bode over the blue line into the zone. Tapping it loose for Dahu, but Dechaine gets there first. Just 20 seconds left in the period. We're tied at 2. Play is in the Greenville zone to the left of Kalin Booth. Player for Greenville loses a helmet. He has to put it back on. Dahu to the blue line. At the line. How did Phelan hold it in? He did, but in doing so, he tapped it over the dasher and into the Jacksonville bench with 8.6 seconds remaining. And we are set up for a pretty wild third period and maybe one last chance here for the Icemen. It is an offensive zone draw. They don't have too much time to work with. Albert, Lynch, and Watala up front with Mingo and Craig at the blue line. Both Mingo and Craig are on their off wing for a potential one-timer from one player or the other. Faceoff is going to be to Booth's left. Cedric Lacroix taking the draw for Greenville against John Albert, veteran American Hockey League player, but down here with Jacksonville for this season. Still waiting for the drop of the puck. Finally, it comes down. It's a scramble. It comes to Jacksonville. Mingo with a wrister, deflected over the crossbar. Lynch tries to center it in front, looking for a bank shot, but nobody home, and the horn will sound, ending period number 2. Up and down in that second period. It's been a seesaw contest. Greenville, remember, took the lead in the first period on a goal from Roman Amarato. It was 1-0 after 1. In the second period, Jacksonville evens the score. Their first goal of the season comes back to a homecoming for Emerson Clark. Power play goal for Clark from Garrett Ross and Shane Walsh at 6:21. The Swamp Rabbits come right back to regain the lead less than 90 seconds later. It was Roman Amarato again, his second of the night, and of course his second of the year as well. Set up by Will ahead to make it 2-1 Greenville but the Icemen return the favor. They even the score. A great outlet pass from Graham Craig to Chase Watala. A breakaway for Watala, and he beats Kalin Booth on a forehand shot for his first goal of the season. Credit John Albert with a secondary assist as well for Jacksonville. And that's where we are right now, 2-2 after 2. We will take a break and return in a few minutes. We'll go through some of the scores around the East Coast Hockey League, around the ECHL, pardon me. Heavy slate in the ECHL tonight. We'll get you up to speed on everything going on around the league. You are listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on Mixlr and ECHL.tv.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 32nd season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, official signage provider; A&R Sports, official hockey accessory supplier; AthleticNet, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2020 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; the Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Geico, official auto insurance of the ECHL; Handbid, the official mobile auction app; Honig's, the official partner of the ECHL officiating team; Howley's Hockey Tape, official hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, official puck provider; the Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; Ticket Galaxy, official ticket resale partner; and Warrior, official on-ice equipment provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.tv.
A $30 March gift card. Yes.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes. And Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.tv, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.tv today to get into the game and never miss the action.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubin. Rebound!
Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just the start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch.
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow, bad bee.
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
We're back at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Arlie Johnson joined by Alex Reed. Phenomenal night of hockey, as it always is. Opening night, sellout crowd, almost 9,000 on hand, and they are catching a great one. It is 2-2 after 2 periods of play. And Reeder, let's go back and recap that second period. Jacksonville already, just through 40 minutes, they look like a team that is a battling kind of team. I know there's a lot of skill out there. There's a lot of veteran players out there, but they appear to have a lot of grit as well and a lot of resilience.
Yeah, when you look at the guys like the Clark brothers, both what those guys bring to the table, and a lot of other tenacious players that are throughout this lineup, and that's what Jason Christie likes. He's okay, if he wants to win every game, of course, but he's okay with a loss as long as the guys were battling. You don't get a bounce sometimes. Obviously you want to win more than not, but if his team goes out there and competes every night, he's confident that his team's going to come out in front. So you're right. That was a great period. Guys battled. And what I noticed is the back checking here. Several times Dechaine Mingo going back after plays that could be odd man rushes for Greenville. And of course we know the speed Mingo possesses. He goes right back on a great back checking play twice in that period there to break up rushes or odd man scoring opportunities. And that's what you like to see, the back checking, the hustle, the effort. And of course, the Felony getting the job done has set up this 2-2 score.
So glad you mentioned the back checking, because on 2 separate occasions, I saw 2 other guys with a back check. I think it was one in the first period, one in the second period. But the guys were John Albert and Garrett Ross. And I want to mention them specifically because these are consistent year after year veteran American Hockey League guys. Oftentimes when you see American League guys come down to the ECHL, the effort isn't necessarily there. They just are coasting. It's a different kind of game for them. I'm so glad to see those two, because those are effort plays. Back checks are effort plays. If you're seeing effort from guys like that are down here in a league that they're not accustomed to and maybe don't wish that they were still in the American Hockey League, but they're still putting forth the effort, and that is absolutely going to rub off on everybody else on this team.
It does. It's leading by example, and those guys are such leaders. They're veteran guys that will bring that to a table a table team here that has a lot of young guys on it. But you mentioned, and that's experience. That's veteran. That's a guy. Those are being first-class players, and I think you're not going to have a couple guys in Albert and Ross be like, oh, we're not in the American Hockey League right now and mope around. If you want to get back there, those are the types of plays you got to make. But those are guys that wouldn't do that anyway. They play very hard all the time. And, a guy like John Albert, a guy that, spent most of his career in the American Hockey League, and talking with Jason Christie about him, he said he earned those 9 games. He knew what it took to get to the NHL. He only played in 9 games, but he got there. And those are the types of guys that he wanted to bring into the fold here to lead by example. And when the younger guys are seeing that, and if they don't do that, those veteran guys are going to be like, hey, this is what you got to do. So great additions, and both those guys, as we said, the theme here, leading by doing exactly what they should be.
And those two have, in part, led the charge to a 2-2 tie. Jacksonville has trailed 1-0 and 2-1, but they've come back to even the score on both occasions. We will take another break, return in just a few minutes. We'll go through the ECHL scoreboard. We're deadlocked at 2 after 2. This is Jacksonville Icemen hockey.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 32nd season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, official signage provider; A&R Sports, official hockey accessory supplier; AthleticNet, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2020 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Geico, official auto insurance of the ECHL; Handbid, the official mobile auction app; Honig's, the official partner of the ECHL officiating team; Howie's Hockey Tape, official hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, official puck provider; The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; Ticket Galaxy, official ticket resale partner; and Warrior, official on-ice equipment provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.tv.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.tv, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.tv today to get into the game and never miss the action.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena. Feel the chill of winter and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores.
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubin. Rebound.
Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just a start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
You got it, ladies. Don't stop.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch!
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow! Bad bean!
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
After 2 periods of play, it is 2-2 between the Jacksonville Icemen and Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Along with Alex Reed, Arlie Johnson with you here at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Let's move to the scoreboard here, and we'll start with a couple of finals, both from the North Division, including your defending champion after their inaugural season, the Newfoundland Growlers. They get their first victory of the season tonight in overtime fashion, beating the Reading Royals. And real quick before we get to the other scores, what an accomplishment. 1 year, 1 title.
Yeah, and I mean, they had a great squad there in the postseason. They were loaded up with a lot of American Hockey League and National Hockey League contracted players. And I mean, the road they had to go to, a very tough North Division in the first couple of rounds, then had to take on the Florida Everblades in the conference finals. And ousted them in 5 games, which that's no
remarkable.
Remarkable, it really is. They were a team that was destined to do it. And for the folks in Newfoundland, which is a great hockey community, I've had a chance to be up there. They love their hockey, and for them to be able to to share a championship there. I remember listening to that broadcast. Some of the announcers, one of the announcers there started crying on the air.
Oh.
He'd been part of St. John's hockey for a long time. So a big congratulations to them, and now their title defense begins here this weekend.
And they will also have another trip to Jacksonville, as they did last season as well. That comes up much later in the year, however. One other final score from tonight, the Brampton Beast at home losing to the Toledo Walleye. Toledo actually was the team that Newfoundland beat in the finals last year, so both of those combatants from last year's final get their victories tonight, their first victory of the season for both of those teams. Again, Toledo 4, Brampton 3 is your final score. Now to the South Division, where we move to Orlando. The Orlando Solar Bears at home, just starting the third period of play, but they are losing 3-0 to the South Carolina Stingrays. Stingrays with a very impressive opener here in Orlando. Again, 3-0 South Carolina. Also from the South Division, it is the Florida Everblades, a 3-1 lead over the Norfolk Admirals. That is late in the second period. Those two teams already squared off yesterday in their opener. Florida coming away with a 4-3 victory last night too.
Yeah, and talking to some people that I know up in Norfolk there, and obviously they're a team that's got a lot of, they've got a new direction, a new coach, and Rod Taylor, one of the all-time greats in this league, and an Admirals legend there. But tough task there to open up the season. 3 of their first 4 games against the Everblades, but from what I understand from the Norfolk club, they were down 4-1 and battled back. So they're a team that doesn't have a lot of fight, but a tough draw there when you're taking on the defending South Division champs in the Everblades.
And the Everblades already look good, you can tell. Other scores from around the league, the Worcester Railers have a 4-1 lead over the Adirondack Thunder. That's after 2 periods of play. That is in Worcester, Massachusetts. The Fort Wayne Comets at home, a 3-1 advantage over the Kalamazoo Wings in the second period. The Wheeling Nailers have a 2-0 lead at Cincinnati. Cincinnati had the best regular season record last year in the ECHL, but they trail at home tonight in the second period. Also in the second, the Wichita Thunder, a 1-0 advantage over the Rapid City Rush. They're tied at 1 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Tulsa Oilers against the Allen Americans. Wrapping things up, the Indy Fuel 3-0 at Kansas City. Indy has the lead after 1 period of play, and they have not yet started. Out in the Mountain Time Zone, the Utah Grizzlies host the Idaho Steelheads tonight. We'll take a quick break and return to get ready for the start of the third period of play. This game still hangs in the balance with a 2-2 contest after 2 periods of play. You're listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on Mixlr and ECHL.TV.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.TV today to get into the game and never miss the action.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Dubin. Rebound!
Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just the start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, Learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite. Then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
Almost ready for period number 3. Arlie Johnson along with Alex Reed. The Icemen skating from my left to my right for this third period. Puck is down. Third frame underway. We're tied at 2. Greenville immediately ices the puck. Just took 6 seconds for that. And the draw will come into the Swamp Rabbit zone. Alex, do you have any keys for the third period here?
I think the Icemen has continued to do what they've been doing and what we talked about there in the intermission, the hard work, the back-checking effort, and just playing hard here for 20 more minutes. You can win this period. You can win the game ultimately if you take it by a period-by-period approach here. So the Icemen, they've done all the right things here. They've got themselves in a position here. They just need to try to grab that first lead of the game, something they haven't had all night.
Greenville wins the faceoff in their own zone. They'll play it into the Jacksonville end where Jacob Cederholm takes over for the Icemen. Cederholm on his backhand looking for Dahu. Dahu turns to his forehand up the wall. Great look for Phelan, who keeps his feet over the blue line and stays onside somehow. Trying a saucer pass for Dahu, couldn't collect, and the Swamp Rabbits return back into the Jacksonville zone. Graham Craig with that long reach, helping to poke the puck away. Almost a Zdeno Chara-like poke check with that extra reach from the 6'5" defender. Play goes back into the Iceman zone. Craig takes the body this time, allowing Mingo to take the puck. Tapping it loose for Clark. Back into the corner for Craig. Craig off the end boards for Mingo. Mingo's outlet pass goes by everybody. Icing against the Icemen. Just over a minute gone by in this third period. 2-2 contest. Jacksonville getting a couple of new players just yesterday, both on the blue line. Jacob Cederholm along with Charles David Baudouin. Still not sure whether to call him Charles David or CD, but we'll work that out as the season moves along.
The Manitoba folks mentioned him in the email CD, but hey, we'll talk to him about that. We want to give him the preference.
Offside against Jacksonville. Garrett Rawson ahead this time. Ross, Clark, and Walsh, that forward line. Still trying to figure out, honestly, who the top line is for Jacksonville. You could make an argument for any of these three.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit of a feeling out process, but again, it's something that the team really hasn't had. Again, we talked about how important it is in this league to have three lines that you can get production from. I think the Icemen at one point last year probably had two, and maybe towards the end of the season there, it seemed like only one line was kind of getting the production. Then they got in the playoffs there, and the McLeese was here. Those guys were jumping up in Fortier. Those players really made a difference, but you're right. Three lines right now seem to be getting some opportunities tonight.
The Swamp Rabbits have the puck in the Jacksonville end. Puck bounces up into the air. Loose for Greenville again. Amarato has both of their goals for Greenville and has been a very productive player. Very shifty, not a big guy, but he seems to find a lot of space out on the ice. Cedric Lacroix dropping it back. Nice work there from Mitch Jones defensively to knock it free. Looks like a real steady two-way defenseman.
Yeah, he was a big part of Cincinnati's club last year. Of course, they were winners of the Brabham Cup for the regular season, best regular season record. And he played a big part. That was a big loss for Cincy, gain for Iceman.
Puck is loose in the high slot, but Jacksonville skates away with it. It is Watala curling back into his own zone just to keep possession. Retreats a little further back away from John O'May and all the way behind his own cage just to give himself a little more space. Leaving the puck for Jacob Cederholm as Watala heads to the bench for a line change. James Phelan takes over for him, and it is Clark with speed. What a move inside out to get around the man, but couldn't get the centering pass away. Jacksonville does keep it in the zone, however. Cederholm, soft shot towards net, hoping for a deflection. Booth makes the easy glove save. Would have gone wide anyway, but he didn't want to take any chances. It'll be a face-off in the Swamp Rabbit end.
Yeah, Cedarholm was challenged by the forward up at the point there, so he couldn't wind up and get that big shot of his off, but just got it deep there, just trying to get an opportunity to get the puck deep into the corner. And but Cedarholm, another guy that was all smiles this morning when I had a chance to see him at morning skate, sent down for Manitoba, a guy that just 21 years old. He recognizes his time's coming, but he was very good and very impressive in the Winnipeg rookie camp. And I think the sky's the limit for his potential in the Winnipeg organization.
Yeah, you got to make sure that we recognize that Jacob Cedarholm did have that opportunity to be in that camp, and great opportunity for him, a 4th-round draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets as well for the young big defender. Greenville wrists it around the high glass into the Jacksonville end. The Icemen skate right back out with it as Garrett Ross leading the rush along with Emerson Clark. Ross over the blue line, gives it up. Greenville clears it and ices it, assuming it reaches the goal line, and it does. A little bit of a choppy start to this third period. A couple of icing for each club now. Just over 3 minutes gone by, waiting to see who breaks the seal on this 2-2 tie.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start, as you talked about. A few icings already here, and we're just 3:03 in, so you know, things opened up in that second period, and I think now the teams are knowing, okay, it's the third period in a 2-tie game here. Nobody wants to make that big mistake that could lead to a scoring chance.
Jacksonville wins the faceoff, but it goes all the way back into their own end. Cedarholm, long outlet pass on the tape of Alexi Dahu. He's by himself for the moment, waits for help. Right circle, wrist shot is deflected. Comes to the opposite wall. Dechaine Mingo pinches in and carries all the way behind the Greenville net. Got a stick up high, no call, will play on. Mingo loses the handle briefly, but keeps it going for Phelan. Phelan to the blue line. Ebbing will break it up and play it to the neutral zone. The Icemen right back with Dahu. He has Mingo on his right as Dahu gains the line. Mingo with a one-timer. Save is made by Booth. Rebound for Greenville into the corner. Lacroix gives it up. Dahu trying to keep it in. Back out to center. Mingo collects. He is double-teamed. Does get a backhander in. Nice work by Mingo to get the zone and the line change for his teammates. Lacroix stick handles around Watala. Forehands towards the zone, but it goes off a player and it comes right back to the Icemen. Lynch for the trailer. One-timer whistles just wide from Watala. He uncorked one from about 40 feet away and just missed. In the other direction, it's the Swamp Rabbits. Centering feed knocked aside by Outhouse with the goaltender's stick. It goes to Mingo for the Icemen behind his own net. John Albert carries the rush. Around Lacroix. Gets around another man. It's actually Graham Craig with it. Shot gets deflected behind the net. Watala on the forecheck, gets the puck loose to the blue line. Excellent work as Hayden Shaw with a shot and a screen. It goes wide. Baudouin holds it in. Behind the net, Dahu for Baudouin. And a save is made by Booth and a screen from a sharp angle. As Diffley knocks it free and the Swamp Rabbits play it back into the Jacksonville end. Baudouin leaves it for Hayden Shaw on his backhand. Shoveling it out of the zone, back to the Swamp Rabbit blue. Played in by Liam Pecoraro behind the cage. The Icemen with control. It is Jones up the right side. The Icemen chopping away at it. Can Ross get there? Not quite. In the neutral zone, it is still loose. Jones and John O'May collide as the Swamp Rabbits try to get a centering pass away. It comes to the left circle. And it's deflected away by Jacksonville. Foot race for the puck. Great work by Clark. It's a breakaway. Emerson Clark for the lead. Score! Second of the night for Emerson Clark. 3-2 Icemen. Oh, what a silky move from Emerson Clark. Deking to the backhand, slipping it through the 5-hole of Callum Booth. And Jacksonville has their first lead of the night.
I haven't seen Emerson Clark play in a couple of years since he's been in the American Hockey League, but I'll tell you, in the years prior, he always finished these chances one-on-one with goaltenders. You're right, silky is a perfect way to describe it, and Emerson Clark right there with a nice little move, go 5-hole on a little backhand right through the legs of Booth. And again, he's a finisher in those situations, Arlie, and Emerson coming up big here for his second tally.
And now it's Clark with a big hit to separate a man from the puck. Comes for Dahu on the right-hand side. Jacksonville looking for more. Clark knocks it free for Dahu. Phelan cuts to net. Centering feed. Save is made by Booth. It was a big one on Phelan. As the rebound comes to Greenville, here come the Swamp Rabbits with some numbers. Ebbing trying to go around Cedarholm. They both get spilled into the corner. Swamp Rabbits still have possession. Centering feed into the high slot, slap shot, save, outhouse, no rebound. Coming out to the top of his crease and cutting off the angle. And keeping things with the Icemen on top by 1. 13:53 to go in the third. Emerson Clark, second of the night, has Jacksonville on top. This is Jacksonville Icemen hockey.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.TV today to get into the game and never miss the action.
Ready to cheer him on.
A cool change.
Unofficial cheerleader of the Jacksonville
And
Icemen.
professional
Give it up for the Icemen who just scored.
The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena. Feel the chill of winter and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
Back to live action. Jacksonville leads 3-2. The Icemen have the puck deep in their own zone. Let's go Icemen is the chant as a long outlet pass. Icing will be waved off. Lynch is going to force Kalin to play the puck. Goes into the near side wall. Mingo pinches in and keeps it in the zone. Looking for Chase Watala, who has a goal tonight in his Icemen debut. Into the corner, Cedric Lacroix chips it off the glass and safely out. Back into the Jacksonville zone. Foot race for the puck, and Watala knocks it away for Graham Craig. Craig outletting for Lynch. Tried a one-touch redirect for Garrett Ross. Couldn't find the handle to it. Comes into the Jacksonville zone for the Icemen. Playing it up ahead for Garrett Ross. Ross flipping it to the neutral zone. Ripley, I'm not sure if he saw Shane Walsh, but he got the puck away from him. Big hit on the play as well. Man goes down, that's Pecoraro. He is back up on the play. I think there might be a man down for Jacksonville, actually, as a slap shot comes from Greenville. There's your touch, and there is a man down. It is Emerson Clark. He is up on his feet right now, but clearly stung. And he'll skate under his own power without the assistance of a trainer. Scooter McClay is your trainer for the Icemen for the second year in a row. Cole Hillier is now your equipment manager as Clark heads to the locker room immediately. Nick Bayruns is your assistant equipment manager and also your strength and conditioning coach, Patrick Murphy. Last but not least, want to make sure that we welcome new assistant coach Jeff May to the lineup as well for the Icemen. He is Jason Christie's right-hand man this year. In his debut for the Icemen, former ECHL player is Jeff May. We'll see if we get Emerson Clark back out onto the ice. He is in the locker room right now with 12:40 to go. Faceoff is in the Jacksonville zone, right side of Griffin Outhouse, who's played very well tonight. Greenville wins the draw. It is Ripley to the blue line. Poked away by Jacksonville. Penalty coming, and it's going to be on Jacksonville. Hooking is the call. Power play for the Swamp Rabbits. And the Icemen now for the first time in a position where they are looking to protect a lead, as Charles David Baudouin ends up in the box for the Icemen. The Swamp Rabbits 0 for 5 on the power play thus far. But they'll need to do it again after taking their first lead of the night just a few minutes ago. 5:30 was the time of that goal from Emerson Clark. Unassisted as he picked the pocket of a Greenville defender and walked in alone for a breakaway. And a big kill for the Icemen. Greenville, however, wins the draw. It is Pecoraro near side half wall. Spins away from a defender, that is Garrett Ross. Now away from Everett Clark. Drops it down low for Pellick. Pecoraro gets it back but cannot get the shot away. And the loose puck is cleared by Everett Clark. all the way down to Kalin Booth, who will play it all the way ahead, but it's going to be icing, I believe, against the Swamp Rabbits. It will be. Booth had the right idea. He was trying to play it ahead for Michael Pellick at the Jacksonville blue line, but Pellick was too deep in the Icemen zone, and he couldn't get out of the zone in time. He just had to let it go, and it became an icing call instead. A bit of a break there for Jacksonville. They're down a man, but they have an offensive zone draw here. Garrett Ross and James Phelan, your penalty killers. Ross tried to tap it right towards net on the draw. Greenville takes over. It's Adam Larkin behind his known net. Dropping it back for Pecoraro. Pecoraro to the red line and then the blue, gaining the zone. Shifts around a man. It's a 2-on-1, but knocked away by Jacksonville. He never could get a pass away. Beautifully defended by the Icemen. I believe it was Graham Craig. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm not sure if you saw it or not, Alex. Either way, it was a 1:06 to go on this power play, and I believe that was the big rangy defenseman dropping down to his stomach to make that play 2-on-1 against.
Yeah, rangy's right. Stands at 6'5", covers a lot of space down there.
Still 53 seconds to go on the power play as the Swamp Rabbits gain the zone. McPherson playing down low all the way to the right wing corner for Perkovich. Hit into the glass hard. Penalty on Jacksonville again. It's going to be a two-man advantage for 40 seconds. Cross-checking against the Icemen. And it's Cedarholm heading into the box. The two men who were just sent down to the Icemen from Manitoba are the two guys in the penalty box right now. And this is a huge situation in this game. Jacksonville leading 3-2, but down two men for the next 40 seconds. Just 11-12 to go in the third period.
Well, it's got check time right now for this penalty kill unit, which has been very good all evening long, but this is going to be a tough task. The key here and things getting set up for Greenville will be this face-off here in their offensive end, up by a pair of guys for 40 seconds. If the Icemen can win that draw and get it down, that'll really help things out here in the kill.
There's a tie-up for it, and Jacksonville does win it, and they do clear it. And Mingo's actually going to skate with it for Jacksonville. Down two men, he's still trying to cut towards net, can't do it. Now he's got to really hustle to get back on D. Swamp Rabbits stick handling through center ice. It's Pecoraro gaining the line easily with 20 seconds to go on this two-man advantage. Larkin with a one-timer, denied by Outhouse. Rebound into the corner, can Jacksonville get the puck? Not yet. Mingo tying it up along the wall. Swamp Rabbits get it back. Larkin at the top of the left circle, cross ice for Pecoraro, down to 4 seconds left on this two-man advantage. Pecoraro in the high slot, dropping it down low. They can't get the shot away. Mingo has it on the backhand. Stick goes flying from Greenville as the Icemen looking for the clear. They can't get it yet. Graham Craig unable to get it out of the zone. It's now a 5-on-4 power play for Greenville for another minute 5. Diffley, center point, 60 feet away. Leaving it for Michael Pellick. Down low, it ends up off the end boards. Mingo tries to knock it free. Looking for Albert on his backhand. For Mingo, good look for Graham Craig. Craig at the blue line cannot clear it. Diffley holds in. John O'May at the right circle. Centering feed, deflects into the corner. Greenville still with it. Lots of pressure here from the Swamp Rabbits. Bykoff with a wrister just wide. Didn't miss by more than an inch or two. We had a perfect angle from our viewpoint. Lacroix, center point, Diffley, one-timer, save, Outhouse. Rebound cleared into the corner by Craig. Winds and fires and clears the zone. The applause for the penalty killers here. What an effort, along with a couple of key saves from Outhouse. One last chance for Greenville. They gain the line offside. They don't gain the line as it turns out. Just 12 seconds to go on this power play. We've got a helmet off for Greenville. That's from Baptista. Emerson Clark back on the ice. Great to see him already on the ice and stirring the pot as usual. Emerson Clark can do it all. You want a couple of goals? Sure, no problem. You want to stir the pot? Play a little physical? Yeah, I can do that too. He's a Gordie Howe hat trick candidate every time he steps on the ice. Because of the offside, draw will be outside the blue line. If Jacksonville can kill off the next 12 seconds, they will be 7 for 7 on the penalty kill tonight. And the Icemen do win the draw. Oh, look out, a slap shot clearing attempt went right off of Garrett Ross, or rather Hayden Shaw. Let's hope he's okay. The Icemen do clear the zone. Shaw really feeling that one. It looked like it went right off the back of his leg, maybe off the back of his knee. But we are at full strength. 9:03 to go in the third. Jacksonville leads 3-2. Craig, double team deep in his own end. Phelan trying to help out. Pinned up along the near side boards, and Phelan does dig it free for Everett Clark. Clark stick handles out to center, softly away from Larkin. Can't gain the line, but Jacksonville still has control. It's Dahu trying to get away from Baptista, all the way back into his own end for Bode. Bode looking to gain center ice. Ahead for Phelan, can't gain the zone. The Icemen do get it right back, however. It's Mingo on his backhand, playing it off the wall. First time we've seen Travis Howe on the ice since 8 seconds into the game.
That's not a rare occurrence, I would have to imagine.
No, not necessarily so, as Jacksonville gets it back. And for the Icemen's part, by the way, Ian McKinnon has only had one shift as Jacksonville gains the line. Watala with the forehand and a save by Booth. Penalty on the Swamp Rabbits. That was all hustle and grit, maybe a little bit of speed from Chase Watala to force that penalty call. And the effort just to get the shot away was remarkable as well.
Yeah, I mean, and back and forth here, whether it's offensively or defensive efforts here. I mean, this Iceman team's going 110% right now. They're giving it all they have to try to get these chances here. And again, that was a hard play there that time by Watala, just going to the net, didn't give up on the play, and he draws the penalty in the process, and now the Iceman with the power play trying to add to their lead.
Draw will be to Kalin Booth's right. Man, would an insurance tally be huge in this situation. Maybe could break the spirit of this Greenville club, who's been a very, very good club, as Mingo fakes the shot, plays it down low instead for Clark. Clark already has 2 goals tonight. Mingo drifting to the center point. To the left side, it is Ross. Back for Mingo. Ross now at the top of the right circle. Into the corner for Clark. Centering feed off the post from Albert. Clark gets it right back. Can't get a shot away. Albert tracks it down in the left wing corner. Playing it behind the net. Clark on his backhand. Tries to center in front. Knocked away by Greenville. Peloquin has his stick lifted. What an effort. Held in by Jacksonville. It was Shane Walsh who got that stick lift and keeps it in the zone. Ross at the half wall near side. Tries to tap it loose for Mingo. Poked away by Greenville, cleared out to the Jacksonville line. 1:15 on the clock as Walsh redirects into the zone. Dechaine just standing up against the corner, trying to pin the puck along the boards. Waiting for some reinforcements as Jacksonville tries to dig the puck free. Dechaine still has it pinned up against the boards, right along the kick plate. Down to 55 seconds to go on the power play. Jacksonville finally knocks it free. Mingo, right point, slap shot, glove save by Booth. It was a beauty. And the draw comes to his left with 49 seconds to go on the power play. The Icemen 1 for 4 on the power play. This is chance number 5, and the Icemen specialty teams has definitely been a factor on both sides tonight. Last year it was only on one side. Tonight it's really been a difference both ways.
And in 1-goal games, special teams makes a big difference here. And again, if you can get both sides of your special teams going, you can really do yourselves a lot of favor down the stretch. I think John Brophy, the old coach of the Admirals back in the day, used to say if your penalty kill and your power play percentages added up to over 100, you're doing all right. So I know those numbers are skewed early in the season, but that's his model.
Everett Clark with a chance, denied by Booth. Rebound for the Icemen, but they can't keep it in at the blue line. It's Lacroix. Short-handed breakaway for Cedric Lacroix, and it's a goal for Cedric Lacroix. Griffin Outhouse got a piece of it, but not enough of it. It's a short-handed goal for Cedric Lacroix, and with 6:36 to go in the third period, we are tied at 3.
And this is what Lacroix does really well. In his rookie campaign last year, when he was a member of the Wheeling Nailers, he was second among ECHL rookies in shorthanded goals last season, and does so right here with a big chance the other way. Didn't get much on it. Of course, Outhouse got a piece of it. Just kind of trickled across the line. A tough one to surrender there for Jacksonville here, and we're tied at 3.
The Icemen still have 29 seconds left on a power play. Lacroix assisted by Perkovich at 13:24. One last chance for the Icemen as they clear into the Greenville end. Swamp Rabbits trying to clear, but it's held in by Dahu. Turnaround shot, save, rebound save. It's right at the goal line, and it's swept off the line by the Swamp Rabbits. We've got a whistle and a stoppage. 3 or 4 inches off of the goal line there. The Icemen nearly came back to regain the lead. Just 6 seconds to go on this power play. 6:13 remaining in the third period. Faceoff will be to Booth's right. Alexi Dahu had that opportunity, who's been silent tonight. Been waiting for him to create a presence, and he did there and just missed, giving the Icemen the lead again. John Albert on the faceoff. With the help of Bobby Lynch, they win it back to the blue line for Hayden Shaw. Team's now back at full strength as Shaw moves it for Cederholm. Cederholm has a man on his hip coming out of the penalty box. That was Adam Larkin. Cederholm forced to just play it into the corner because of it. We are at full strength. Jacksonville and Greenville are tied at 3 as the Swamp Rabbits control the puck and skate out of their own end. It's Liam Pecoraro forehanding it around the dasher all the way to John O'May at the far side. At the blue line, a wrister and a screen is deflected and a save is made by Outhouse. 5:40 to go in the third period. We will take another break. We've been tied at 1, 2, and now 3. This is Jacksonville Icemen hockey.
If you feel that passion is just a start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
Faceoff will be in the Jacksonville zone. Arlie Johnson, Alex Reed on the call tonight. Opening night for the Jacksonville Icemen, and it has been a barn burner. 3-3 is the score. 5:40 to go in the third period, with a potential overtime looming, which would be a 7-minute overtime, a new rule in the ECHL, but let's talk about that if we get there. Not just yet. Jacksonville wins the faceoff. They got a 3-man rush if they hustle. It is Ross over the blue line on the right. Tries to step around a man. Moves it into the corner. Trailer is Mingo. One-timer. Save is made. Rebound is covered by Booth just before Emerson Clark could get there. Clark tapping his chest as if to say, I got this, I got this. Had the right idea. Shots on goal favor the Icemen 32-24 tonight. As Shane Walsh will take this draw for the Icemen. Trying to win it back to Mingo at the right point. Instead it is the Swamp Rabbits controlling. Dechaine around the wall for Perkovic. Clark finishes his body check as the Swamp Rabbits get it to center. And Lacroix will chip it in on the backhand. Nice hit there by Dejan Mingo, getting it loose for Graham Craig. Craig looking for Garrett Ross. Not out of the zone just yet. It's tangled up along the wall. Craig now digs it free, spins away from a man, tries to get it away from another. Finally drops it behind the net for Dejan Mingo with a little more space. He'll play off the boards, but not out just yet. Greenville chops it right back into a corner. Graham Craig finishes his hit on Patrick Bykoff. Graham with that big reach, steps away. Bykoff gets the steal. Diffley in a screen, and it goes wide. Looking for the bank shot, and the save is made by Outhouse on the backhand attempt from Mason Baptista. 4:40 to go now in period number 3. And it's coming down to the wire, Alex.
It is indeed, and of course that big goal there by Lacroix, just seizing the opportunity. And when you look at this game, really on both sides, when teams have had opportunities, good scoring opportunities, both teams have really capitalized tonight. It's been tight right now, and of course 4:40 to go. And again, we know that the next goal in this game is going to loom large.
Jacksonville looks to clear the zone. Good give and go between Clark and Dahu. Dahu flying through center ice. He's got great wheels over the blue line, going wide on McPherson. Behind the net, centering pass knocked away. Phelan can't get to that pass, and Greenville will play it out. It is Ebbing all by himself for now. He'll chip and chase. Everett Clark battling with Ebbing behind the Jacksonville net. Baptista plays it around the wall to the right point. John O'May, backhand feed for Diffley. Sharp angle shot made. Save is made by Outhouse. He had lost his stick. It was right in his lap, it seemed like, but he still was able to make the save and hold on for the faceoff. Just 4:04 remaining in regulation. And we are set up for a dramatic finish in front of a sellout crowd here at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Hopefully dramatic in favor of the Icemen, but that part left to be determined. John Albert for Jacksonville on this draw against Michael Pellick. Out at the top of his crease, peering to his right is Griffin Outhouse, the netminder for Jacksonville in his professional debut. Greenville controls. Slap shot goes well wide from Lahead. It'll carry him off the end boards all the way out to center ice. Lahead getting it back. Outlet pass, bouncing puck. It'll dribble into the Icemen zone. Jacksonville controls. Cedarholm up the wall for Lynch on the deflection. No icing. Booth plays it behind his net. Tapping it for Pecoraro. Albert nearly got a steal. He does get it loose. Watala into the slot for Lynch. Can't get the shot away. Taps it to the right side for Cedarholm. Cedarholm leaving it into the corner. Trying to set up Albert. But it is Ripley backhanding it away. May can't clear. Good forecheck here from Jacksonville, keeping it deep into the Greenville zone. Swamp Rabbits play it around the wall. Finally, they skate out. It is Pecoraro with a pass that goes off a skate. And the Icemen take over behind their own net. Cedarholm to Hayden Shaw at the blue line. Held in. Man goes down. No penalty. I think Jacksonville maybe got away with one there late in this third period. Greenville skates into the zone. Perkovich trying to go around Cedarholm. Outhouse makes the save. Rebound comes loose to the backhand side. Can he get the shot away? No. Man falls down. 3-on-2 Jacksonville. Up the right side, it's Clark. Over the blue line, onside. Curls at the right wing half wall. To the blue line, it's Mingo. Centering feed. What a save by Booth. What a setup by Mingo. As Walsh had the opportunity to take the lead. The other direction, it is Greenville. Amarato driven into the wall by Mingo. And Amarato is down, and a penalty coming on Jacksonville. Cross-checking against Dechaine. Mingo with just 2:31 to go in the third period. Just seconds after the Icemen nearly took the lead late. Now they're going to have to kill off another penalty with just 2.5 on the clock.
Seems to be the story of the night here. The tons of penalties here. This one coming at a really bad time here for Jacksonville, but 2:31 to go. Hey, you know what? The penalty kill's been getting it done all night, so why not, right? Let's give them one more opportunity, but certainly not making it easier themselves. And let's go back to that save by Kalin Booth.
Oh.
That was a game saver right there. It was a great setup by Jacksonville. They made all the right plays on that one. Just hats off to Booth for making a dynamite stop.
Best save of the night for either netminder this evening. And now, as you said, it is down to another huge kill for Jacksonville late in the third period. Tied at 3, Greenville with a man advantage. They have the puck. Left circle, it's Bykoff. To the blue line for Diffley. Right side we go for McPherson. Centering feed knocked away and out of play by Griffin Outhouse. And the draw will be in the Icemen zone. 1:48 to go on the penalty kill for the Icemen. The Swamp Rabbits tonight on the power play 0 for 7. But that isn't going to be good enough if the Icemen cannot kill off this 8th opportunity for the Swamp Rabbits. John Albert on the draw, penalty killing along with Alexi Dahu. Jacksonville does win the face-off. Can they clear it? No. Now they do it, and a mishandle at center ice. It is loose in the neutral zone. The Swamp Rabbits have it right back. Graham Craig trying to knock it free, but Perkovich keeps it in. Turning to his backhand side, stolen by Dahu. He'll slip it out to center. Lost his feet, otherwise he may have had a potential breakaway. Baptista into the zone. Poked away by Graham Craig for Cedarholm behind the net. Back for Craig with his big reach. Can't clear it out, but a steal by John Albert. Looking for a flip pass ahead. Finds a man. Over the blue line it is Craig. Looking for Dahu. Dahu shorthanded. Richter in a screen, and a save is made by Booth. And he will have to eat it for a face-off, so Jacksonville gets an offensive zone draw here, shorthanded.
And there's the difference between a veteran guy, maybe a rookie playing his first game. A rookie maybe in that situation might have turned around, just slung it down. And Albert that time took his time, looked at his options, and then made the pass across. It set up an opportunity for Dahu. tough angled shot, but what it does is it brings the face-off deep into the Greenville end, forcing Booth to cover it up.
Swamp Rabbits control. It is Adam Larkin behind his own net. Nearly lost the handle, but there was nobody really near him. Clark takes a man down, no call. That one could have been called, but we will play on, fortunately for the Icemen. 55 seconds to go on the power play for the Swamp Rabbits. Pecoraro loses the handle. Jacksonville looks to clear, can't do it yet. It's Lacroix in the left wing corner for Pecoraro, in deep, looking for an opening. It is deflected away by Jacksonville. Skating with the puck is James Phelan. He'll get to center ice and roll it on edge down into the Swamp Rabbit zone. 33 seconds to go on this power play for Greenville. 1 minute flat to go in the third period. Drop pass for Amarato. Over the line and onside. Amarato to the blue line for Larkin. To the left, it's Pecoraro. Centering feed, cross ice, wrister on and goal, and what a save by Outhouse. He's had great leg work all night, and he flashes the right pad for that save. Jacksonville clears the zone. 5 seconds to go on this power play. 34 seconds to go in regulation. One last chance for Greenville. Over the blue line is John O'May. Teams return to full strength as Jacksonville has the puck. They clear it out to center ice. 22 seconds left in the third period. 3-3 is your score. Dechaine for Ebbing over the blue line for Greenville. Ebbing looks to center, goes to the opposite wing. Held in by Ripley. Down low with 9 seconds to go in the period. Outhouse forced to make another save. Jacksonville skates with the puck. 5 seconds left. Do they have enough time? From the blue line, they will not have enough time. The horn will sound, and we will head to overtime. Huge save from Griffin Outhouse with less than 10 seconds to go just to send this one to OT.
Yeah, both goaltenders here in the final couple minutes making big stops there for their clubs. That time Outhouse with a chance there in front, able to stop it there with the pad. Icemen go back the other way, but yeah, we're heading now to overtime. The new 7-minute overtime you alluded to, Arlie.
And let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, overtime is exciting enough. It's 3-on-3 play. It's been 5 minutes across the board at every level. Well, not here, not in the ECHL, not this year. The fans love this. And Ryan Creelan, among others, and the competition committee decided this is the way to go. I love this decision at this level, especially to go the extra 2 minutes. Give an opportunity for somebody to have a hockey play to win a regular season game.
Yeah, I like the rule an awful lot. I mean, it's the 3-on-3 is very exciting, as we all know, and sometimes 5 minutes isn't enough, so you give it 2 more minutes, give these teams an opportunity to win it, like you said, on a hockey play, as opposed to the shootout. It's going to limit the number of shootouts without question, having those open 2 minutes here, but I think the 3-on-3 overtime, it's a lot of fun. It's really about as exciting as it can get in hockey, and to get 2 more minutes of it, to let these guys decide it. And both teams tonight deserve the point that they're getting. Now it's just a fight for that extra point here, and who's going to start off 1-0 on the year.
It really has been a sensational game. Both teams deserving of a victory. You have to give a lot of credit to Greenville for coming out here on the road in front of a sellout crowd. Been just about dead even. Jacksonville is out shooting the Swamp Rabbits 34-29. The teams will switch sides. Jacksonville now skating from right to left as we're looking at it here. They'll have James Phelan along with Alexi Dahu. Dejan Mingo on defense. For Greenville, it's Cedric Lacroix, who had a shorthanded goal in the third period to tie this game at 3. Possession is huge in overtime, and the Swamp Rabbits have it deep in their own end. It is Diffley waiting for Dahu to skate by. Dahu still into forecheck. Long outlet pass for Amarato, who got a piece of it and got it behind the Jacksonville net. Amarato gives it up to Jacksonville. Mingo skates away from a man, tries to start a rush, plays it up the left side for Alexi Dahu. 1-on-1 for now, waits for help. Dahu's pass deflected away. Puck bounces up into the air. Dahu not allowing a pass from Lacroix to Amarato. Good thing is the Icemen get a steal in the zone now. It is Phelan, 2-on-2 for the moment. Phelan's pass deflected away. Dahu turns behind the Greenville net. He's got a man in front. Can he get it to him? No, it goes off a leg, and Greenville clears out to center. Lacroix for Baptista. Sharp angle shot. Outhouse the save with the left elbow. Rebound comes up high for the Icemen. Dahu is all by himself at the end of a long shift, and the Swamp Rabbits take it away from him easily. Jacksonville gets a line change with 5:52 to go in overtime. I have never said that before. Well, no, that's not true. In the playoffs, I have. Just never in the regular season. Great work defensively from Graham Craig, taking Adam Larkin off the puck. It goes to Bobby Lynch, back behind the Iceman net for John Albert, and the Icemen will regroup. Greenville gets a line change. Lynch, Albert, and Craig are the threesome for the Icemen. It is Craig over the blue line onside. Cuts to the left. Craig, drop pass. Albert walks in. Backhander goes wide. He gets it back, looks to center. Albert to the left circle. One-timer Lynch, and he fanned on it. Greenville will flip it out of the zone. Albert will give chase and track it down. What a setup for John Albert. He had it right on his tape to win the game. Albert with some speed through center ice. Over the blue line, cuts to the middle. Knocked away by Greenville. 4:56 to go in overtime. We're tied at 3. Bykoff for Greenville. Over the blue line, forehand. Getting a piece of it was Outhouse. Rebound for Ross. Leaving it for Mitch Jones. Back and forth we go in this overtime. Greenville with a poke check. Jones gets it right back. Mitch Jones in his own zone. Great outlet pass for Garrett Ross. Clark cuts to net. Centering feed is deflected away. Clark gets it right back for Jacksonville. Emerson Clark with a flip pass for Jones. Walks in, fires. Save is made. Rebound is cleared by Greenville. Here come the Swamp Rabbits with John O'May. Defending is Clark. May gets around a man, cuts behind the net, looks for a wraparound. Denied by Outhouse. What a brilliant save, and he'll cover up. And a nice little rabbit punch, pun intended there, from Jacksonville on Patrick Bykoff as well after the whistle. Tremendous flexibility from Griffin Outhouse as John O'May faked a shot on the forehand side, tried for the wraparound. Outhouse had to go from post to post in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he did. Good quick reflex play there by Outhouse to pin that skate there in the body, keep that from going out. Could have been dangerous there because it happened and developed so quickly.
Faceoff will be in the Jacksonville zone, 4:13 to go. And I think that referee Steven Saylor is going to tell Greenville, you cannot change lines here. The change was too late, so he's going to keep the same 3 out there for the Swamp Rabbits. Now there's some confusion for who it is. Everett Clark on this face-off against Nathan Perkovich. As the Icemen are looking for the season-opening victory in overtime, but Greenville wins the face-off. Amarato, he looks for a wraparound. Saved by Outhouse, he'll cover it up again. Second wraparound attempt in about 5 seconds.
That was an interesting play there. Perkovich was wide open at that right circle, and I think everyone thought that pass was going to come to him and let him hammer his shot, but he called his own number that time, and Amarato trying to stuff that one in.
Hey, he's been feeling it. He's got 2 goals for Greenville. Emerson Clark has a pair for the Icemen as well. Puck is down. Greenville wins it, but the pass is deflected behind Amarato. Swamp Rabbits do keep it in the zone, however. Perkovich with a lot of size. Defending is Everett Clark. McPherson at the blue line. Loses it to Jacksonville. Mingo with speed. Can he get away from McPherson? Not quite. And McPherson is able to clear it out of the zone. He did a great job just to get it away.
Yeah, he did. Boy, that McPherson, not the quickest of guys, but made a great play from his knees to get it out and keep it from a scoring opportunity.
Mingo for the Icemen. Gains the line easily for Everett Clark. Backhand feed for Watala. Watala knocking it behind the Greenville net for Everett Clark. Clark on his backhand with 3:23 to go in overtime. Clark leaving it for Watala. Knocked away and out to center ice. Jacksonville gets it right back, however. Watala tries to beat a couple of men. Gets it over the blue line. Leaves it for Clark. Clark now gives it up. Puck is high in the air. Foot race for it. And it's going to be Pecoraro unable to get a shot away. The Icemen with a long outlet pass. At center ice, it's Alexi Dahu. Dahu drops it all the way back. Outhouse is going to be forced to play it off the boards for Dahu. Can Dahu get it ahead? He does get it to center ice for Shane Walsh. Walsh cannot set up Dahu. And things are starting to get a little hectic out there with 2:44 to go in overtime. Lacroix for the Swamp Rabbits. Tries to get away from Dahu and does. Wheeling and dealing through the neutral zone. Lead pass for Pellick. Walsh defends. Pellick at the right circle. Leaving the puck for Lacroix. He gets run into by a man. It's cleared away by Walsh, but not out. How is it held in? Now they're going to say it's offside. Late call, but they're going to call it offside. Very, very close. but the draw will come to the neutral zone.
Well, the Icemen had an opportunity at the blue line to take off for a breakaway chance there, but the Icemen Greenville for the second time here in overtime, making a play while they're down from their knees to get the puck, or just give it a little poke to break up any rush for Jacksonville.
Jacksonville wins the draw. Phelan won it to himself, but can't gain the Greenville line. Baptista stick handles away from a man and carries up the left wing. Slowly, and a soft flip into the zone. He basically just gave it right back up to the Icemen. We now have 2:09 to go in overtime. It's Clark up the right wing for Bode. Can he get there away from Larkin? No. And Greenville takes over in the neutral zone.
Well, 2 minutes left to go in overtime, Arlie. In the old rules, it would have been over by now.
Outhouse with a save on the wrister from John O'May, and you're right about that. We'd be looking at a shootout already. Now we have some bonus hockey.
Bonus. Double bonus.
Yes, it is.
If you want to look at it that way.
Free hockey followed by more free hockey. And a potential shootout looming. Crowd again up on their feet, trying to will the Icemen to a 2-point victory tonight. Faceoff is in the Jacksonville zone. It is Albert on the draw. It's a tie-up, and the Swamp Rabbits take it away. For Greenville, Will ahead. Spinning away from Bobby Lynch. Lynch takes the body into the right wing corner. Poked away from Graham Craig. It comes loose for Jacksonville. Ahead comes Graham Craig. They've got some numbers. Graham Craig for Bobby Lynch. Breakaway for the win! No shot on goal. He might have been hooked. I was waiting to see if it was a potential penalty shot in overtime, but they did not make the call. And Greenville plays it into the Jacksonville zone.
Great play, great effort. Lynch, puck just rolled away, just ran out of real estate there as it kind of jumped on him. As you said, it could have been maybe delivered there on a little bit of a hook.
It was borderline. Could have gone either way. 1:08 to go in overtime. Jacksonville has the puck in their own end. Dahu over the blue line, slowly to the left circle, waits for a trailer, finds one at the blue line. In Ross, crisscrossing with Dahu. Dahu in the high slot, steps around the man. Turn around, can't get the shot away. Dahu does get it back, however. Final minute of overtime. Dahu down low for Ross. Hayden Shaw also out there. Ross around the man, goes to the forehand. Deeks tripped, no call. We'll play on with the puck behind the Greenville net. Ross was taken down on the play. Still a scramble for it. Who's going to end up with the puck? Greenville will come away with it, and a possible 2-on-1 with 25 seconds to go. Amarato with Perkovic, centering feed, Perkovic scores, and this one is over. And the crowd voicing their displeasure as Nathan Perkovic scores with 19.2 seconds remaining after Garrett Ross got tripped up by the goaltender just seconds prior. Greenville comes away with an overtime victory in a thrilling contest that just doesn't go Jacksonville's way.
I guess they're going to deem it that Ross kind of skated into that outstretched pad of Booth, but he still tripped over on the kick save opportunity, but really wasn't even a shot. He just kind of extended the leg pad out to make the save, and Ross tripped. But two excellent chances for the Icemen, all alone in front. The first one by Lynch. Again, a little bit of a hook there, kind of just threw him off enough. And then, of course, the chance there for Ross had the game there on his stick. But just at the last second there, just the puck kind of tailed away, and he ended up tripping over, and that led to the rush the other way for Greenville, 2-on-1. The Icemen were on such a long stretch there offensively on that shift that they just could not get the wheels to get back and even the manpower there. And Perkovic able to end it here, the veteran, with the big shot.
And as the Icemen players salute the crowd, and what a crowd it was, one of the last players off the ice was Emerson Clark, and he really let Steven Saylor, the head official, have it as he was going towards the locker room, letting him know, hey, there were a couple of calls that you should have made and did not.
Yeah, and it wasn't like
his opinion, by the way. Not
his opinion, absolutely right. And it was situations where the Icemen were in the process of taking a shot or going for a scoring chance. I think that's where the argument comes in. You know, if it's a hook out at center, they might let it slide in an overtime. But guys were in the process that time of trying to take their shots here. But you know what? The whistle was in the pocket all through that overtime. Steven Saylor letting those guys play, and this time, unfortunately for the Icemen, falls in favor of the Swamp Rabbits. But they do get a big point here tonight. Both teams deserved it, and unfortunately the Icemen come on the wrong side of this one.
So Nathan Perkovich gets the game-winning goal set up by Roman Amarato, who had a phenomenal game for the Swamp Rabbits. 2 goals and that primary assist on the game winner. For the Icemen, Emerson Clark with a pair of goals in his return to Jacksonville. After missing a year, he is back, and he had a pair. Chase Watala, in his Jacksonville debut, also nets a goal tonight for the Icemen. But Jacksonville, with an overtime loss tonight, 1 point. They'll salvage the point, but not more than that. Crowd goes home with a little bit of a salty feeling after this one, but a fantastic contest and very enjoyable across the board. They just didn't get the result that they wanted. Next up for Jacksonville, Alex, we're going to hear a lot of you. 7 of the next 8 games for the Icemen are on the road, including a pair in Fort Wayne. Got a couple of weeks to go before the next home game. That is going to be on Wednesday, October 30th, as the Icemen will host the Atlanta Gladiators. That is on a Wednesday night. So not a whole lot of Icemen at home for the start of the season. So make sure you take advantage while you have the opportunities.
Yeah, you know, it's that's absolutely right. They're going to hit the road for a little bit. That'd be good for the team there. Anytime they can get on the bus, it's good team bonding, especially early in the season. So, but you're right, a chance to come back home. And on the 30th, not a whole lot of home games here in October. But, of course, that's also the first almost weekend Wednesday or something. We'll have the $2 beers and wines on select beer and wines throughout the night. We're also going to have a Halloween costume party. So wear your Halloween outfits to the game. There'll be trick-or-treating for the kids in the concourse. So a lot of fun on a Wednesday night there, a day before Halloween. But we're looking forward to it.
Can't wait for the next home game and look forward to hearing from you over these next few games. The next game overall next Friday night in Greenville. These same 2 teams will meet 6 days from now, and the Icemen will look for a little bit of revenge on the road in the upstate of South Carolina. That'll do it for this broadcast. I want to thank Gemstone Media and everybody involved there, of course, and all the sound crew and everybody here at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena as well. For Alex Reed, this is Arlie Johnson saying goodnight. Your final score once again in OT is the Greenville Swamp Rabbits 4, the Jacksonville Icemen 3. Drive home safe, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.